So, hello there everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Horseball Stadium for this West Riding County Cup encounter between Bradford Park Avenue and Tadcaster Albion. So the teams are now exchanging handshakes in the middle of the park, and it's myself, Sam, you're right, joined by Arthur Difford as usual, and welcome Arthur. West Riding County Cup, something a little bit different this evening. Jordan Preston, the only survivor from this past weekend's FA Trophy third qualifying round game against Nantwich Town. So a very different lineup for us to see with Park Avenue this evening, and a chance for some of the fringe players to get a runner.
Yeah, good evening, Sam. Good evening, everybody. And definitely, I agree with you there. I think it's time for some of these young lads to perhaps show what they can do, prove a little point. Obviously, Danny Bosch is taking managerial duty this evening, but Mark is around, and I'm definitely sure he'll be keeping an eye on tonight's proceedings. Obviously, Miles back. Fully fit, you presume, starting tonight. We haven't seen too much of him this year, and hoping that he can perhaps be the difference tonight. And you mentioned that Jordan Preston, the only survivor from the Saturday's 11 at the weekend, where unfortunately we lost on penalties to Nantwich Town just 2 days ago. Danny King, of course, in goal, goalkeeper coach, goalkeeper. He wears the armband tonight for Park Avenue. But definitely an evening where there's perhaps a few opportunities for some of these lads to really show what they've got for the rest of the season.
Absolutely agree. Running you through these two teams quickly as a handshake is exchanged in the centre circle between the two captains, the goalkeeper Danny King and the outfield players Joel Orty, Brady Caldwell, Oliver Hawksworth, Oliver Taylor, Jody Tiffany, Zach Kersey, Seth Pament, Jordan Preston, Miles Laversteed, Luke Jeffries, and then the bench Park Avenue, James Townsend, Luke Morris, Ajay Aziz, Yanni Abbas and Harry Valerie. And then for Tadcaster Albion, it's Hikami Romero, Sam Kay, James Morby, Daniel Thurkel, Josh Hardcastle, Dan McDade, who's the captain of Tadcaster Albion, Declan Slater, Fatlum Ibrahimi, Jordan Hines, Kieran Greenway, Oliver Norman, and the bench Charlie Owen, Corey Roper, Joe Crosby, Sam Kitchen and Taweed Ahmed. So some unfamiliar names, it's fair to say, this evening, Arthur, but we are about to kick off, and Park Avenue have now kicked us off in this West Riding County Cup encounter at the Horseball Stadium, and it's Park Avenue kicking towards the Cemetery Road end in the first half, as a few touches for players early on, and Danny King, the captain, gets his first touch inside his 18-yard box. Feels very weird not seeing Sats Kenworthy in net, doesn't it, Arthur, tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not too many recognisable faces for the Park Avenue end, and obviously we haven't seen too much of Tadcaster Albion, as Danny King just plays a bit of a loose ball to the Tadcaster forward line.
Yeah, and they just threw the ball a bit backwards in the end, though. There was an opportunity for them to go forward, and Hardcastle can now play it forward. It's lost, though, there by Slater, and that's why one back. And here now is Laversteed. Interesting here how he gets on this evening, and the ball is put out of play straight away from Park Avenue. And straight away, the ball was played back to Danny King, and he was maybe with it for such a long time, but in the end he did get it away. And obviously that might be a bit of a game plan maybe from Tadcaster to put a bit of pressure on the goalkeeper, press well, because obviously they are playing a lot of their regular first team players this evening.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I think a lot of teams now, we saw it yesterday in the Arsenal-Man City game, that a lot of players don't mind the goalkeeper having the ball at his feet because they'll charge him down and look to go and win something as the ball goes forward from Park Avenue, and it looks like it'll run down the right wing and be shielded out of play. Notice someone's done very well out on that right side.
It's brilliant play. Cross comes in as well. It's a good block right in the middle. But on that had been used initially. It was Daniel Thurkel with the block. Another cross comes in, and it's a looping one. It lands on the roof of the net, and for a moment there, Hikami Romero was rather worried, wasn't he, as the ball came in. He started scrambling across all of a sudden. Ball was never quite going in, but that's an early attack for Park Avenue. I believe it was Joel Orty who did really well to keep the ball in play. Just as the left back, I believe it was Dan McDade, trying to shield the ball out of play. He got there, and then the torrential cross came in, landed on the roof of the net, and the ball goes forward there, and that's going to be dealt with, I believe, by Hawksworth. He does go back to Danny King. And as Arthur mentioned, we did see yesterday, particularly in the Arsenal-Man City game, David Wright have a few moments, didn't we, as the ball goes immediately out of play from King's kick forward. And the Tadcaster have been playing in their yellow strip, another bright yellow strip that we've had to contend with on commentary. Certainly standing out the players, and ball goes forward, and that's just going to be nodded back to his own goalkeeper there by Brady Caldwell, and Danny King has the ball in his hands this time. So obviously, yeah, this game, obviously 2.5 minutes in, Tadcaster Albion again, they play their trades a few leagues below Bradford Park Avenue, but with them bringing their first team and needing some momentum in the league with wins, you don't really blame Tadcaster for bringing a strong team to the Horsfall Stadium.
No, definitely, it's cup football, and we know that, especially in the lower levels, cup football means a lot. If you can get a run in the cup, it results in, financial proceedings and just improvement and experience in the game.
Steve goes for a ball there. It's nearly got that. She was goalkeeper Hikami Romero came out and did quite well in the end. It was he came a long way and he claimed the ball and then he bowls it straight out immediately to Hardcastle. He then looks for his options. He's going to find his goalkeeper, who gives it straight back to his centre-back, with not the most convincing ball in the world with Thurkel to control, where he then plays it out to Ibrahimi, and he can now try and bring it forward. He does. Not a bad ball either, actually, and Tadcaster can maybe come forward. Good play, though, and now Park Avenue win it back immediately, and Preston, with all the experience there, wins the ball back, and then it's
great work from Jeffries.
Lovely turn from Jeffries.
Referee.
He goes down free kick. Brilliant turn there from Jeffries. The way he took that down, wins his side of free kick. And what I can say already is Park Avenue, they've got something about them going forward, especially on that right-hand side.
Yeah, good work from Jeffries there. He was caught in that player just initially, just found that ball nicely into Preston. He then laid it back to Joel Lawton, his ball down that right-hand side, found Jeffries, who flicked it over his man's head and left the Tadcaster defender with no option but to pull him down. Free kicking, what you'd say, Sam, is a dangerous area early on here in the game.
Yeah, nearly 4.5 minutes in, some fireworks go off around us, around the Horsfall Stadium. And the free kick is going to be whipped in for Park Avenue, and there's certainly bodies forward, and a lot of players back there with Tadcaster as well. As it's going to be a bit of a dangerous position next. So if the free kick's good, then it might be dangerous to defend for Tadcaster. It does come in. It's headed away though, and the volley comes in afterwards. Not a bad effort. In fact, it was a really good strike, actually, just over the crossbar. Just trying to see who hit that ball. It was actually it was actually Caldwell. He struck that really well, didn't he, on that left foot. It was a good effort, quite central, but yeah, just dipped. If it's a couple of yards lower, that might have actually caused Romero some problems.
Yeah, it was just that bouncing ball sort of coming out to the man on the edge of the area, and you think that's always going to go through his mind that I'm going to hit this, and often you see them sort of hit deep into the car park, but he caught that one well there, and I feel like on another day, like you mentioned, a little bit more dip, and the keeper's probably scrambling a little bit more.
Yeah, sometimes those strikes just leave your boot and go perfectly into the net, can't they? And other times, like you said, they can end up
nice
in the car park. Lovely play by Labastide. He gets
he does it again.
As well, and 2 nutmegs in a moment there on.
Well, he was fouled there.
And he went down, actually, Labastide. Nothing was given. It was Sam Kay, nutmeg, not once but twice. The number 2 been sent there, wasn't he? And in the end, no, it's good play from Labastide, but it comes to nothing.
That's exactly what Miles can do there, Sam. Is twice he sort of made Sam Kay look a little bit silly.
Absolutely did. And ball's back with the goalkeeper, Hikami Romero. He goes out to the left back, Morby. And Morby can play it forward, and Tadcaster to give it away cheaply, and it's well won there actually by Paments, but in the end it's going to be go back to his own goalkeeper. It was actually Norman who won the ball back, and Tadcaster just playing the ball around for now, and the centre back puts it right in front of his goal line. That's a unique tactic, isn't it?
Oh, wasteful.
And Preston now, the number 9, gets there into the
Great
area,
ball.
Plays one back. It's a chance
Get
to
it, 1-0.
Park Avenue, who take the lead after nearly 6.5 minutes, and it's Miles Labastide. And I said it was an interesting tactic, it's fair to say, from Nantwich to Tadcaster Albion. Sorry, it didn't pay off because they give the ball away cheaply. Very well won back by Preston. He then squares it, and Labastide gets it and just shoots right into the bottom corner. 1-0 to Park Avenue.
Well, yeah, and they sort of say don't play balls across your own goal and stuff like that, and the goalkeeper played one across his goal to his fellow centre-half. He looked to play it out from, essentially his own 6-yard area, Sam. Found Jordan Preston's feet, he snapped that up. Couple fancy feet driving towards the byline, just laid it back for Miles Labastide to took the ball into that right-hand corner with his right foot.
Yeah, it was a good finish in the end from Labastide. He got the ball picked up well, actually, wasn't it, Preston? Good play from him. Labastide alert to it. Then he just picks it up and then shoots right into the bottom corner. And goalkeeper Romero with not much of a chance. But Tadcaster Albion guilty there of overplaying, maybe. And, playing out from the back these days, no matter what level you are in football, that's the way forward now, isn't it? Everyone wants to play out from the back. Long balls are becoming a thing of the past, really. And I think that's obviously, the goal there. That's when it goes wrong. That's what can happen, though.
Yeah, I think it's a slight criticism of modern football, really, is that everybody sort of wants to pass it into the net and play sort of tippy-tappy, tiki-taka sort of football, and often it can put your team in quite a lot of trouble if you don't have the quality to pull it off.
It absolutely can, and the throw in there has been won by Declan Slater. He's done well to win that, and Sam Kay will take the throw in. He goes back to Hardcastle, and then he turns and goes back to Kay, the number 2, and he's well challenged though by Caldwell. Throw in there is one for Tadcaster, looking to bounce back immediately, and that's well headed away though by Taylor. And Oliver Taylor there stepping across, and Sam Kay is going to come forward for the 3rd time to take a throw in just a few moments. He's got options backwards and also towards the area. He gets the ball back. Kano, he does eventually get the ball back, and it's played in. It's not a bad delivery. It's going to be cleared away. I thought it was a good delivery originally, actually, at the first man, as Preston puts the centre-back under pressure. The centre-back was Thurkel. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Romero, who does eventually play it away. And again, good closing down there, though, by Preston, immediately putting them under pressure. But one long ball there from Park Avenue, clearance. And again, you just kind of see the options are certainly open for them when they go forward in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly the start that Park Avenue wanted. The driving hard, the driving high, really putting the back line of Tadcaster Albion under quite a lot of pressure as Tadcaster play a long diagonal ball forward onto that left-hand side, and Oliver Norman picks it up on that left wing, does well to actually drive almost into the area, but the ball is re-won by Joel Orty.
Yeah, a couple of good challenges in there, and again, it's such a fresh line for Park Avenue, isn't it? It's very, obviously for myself and yourself, obviously, you're not familiar with the loads of these players, so it's very refreshing to see this opening 10 minutes and, how they're playing. It's very different to usually, obviously, how the first team have been playing a lot this season, but that's obviously, great for the management team to see as well. There's obviously squad options, and some of these players might be ready to step in.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for everyone. Like you mentioned, it's good for us to see a few fresh faces on the field, but, you mentioned Park Avenue, the management staff, and the players on the pitch themselves, they can sort of work themselves into perhaps contention to getting into the squad come the weekend.
Yeah, Tadcaster Albion, the opponents do play in the Northern Counties East League, currently sitting 5th deep in the division. As the ball's played up there towards Jordan Hines, who just kind of lost his footing, and the ball runs through to Danny King, who saw a lot of the ball in the only couple of minutes. The goalkeeper, not really much of it since, has he? And he plays one out there, and the ball is Orty, and he does go back to Danny King again. Danny King, formerly playing for Barnsley as well, King, when he was a bit younger, and the ball is well turned away there by Morby, and he keeps the ball as well and goes back to his centre-back Thurkel, and Thurkel can't find Hardcastle. And again, I'm noticing the goalkeeper position, Romero, is very unique when his team do have the ball. It's like he's playing a bit as an option to pass the ball back to, as we do see goalkeepers sometimes do. And ball's won by Labastide, and he can go back to Caldwell. And Caldwell plays on forward with his right foot. Good ball as well. And that's nice play. Preston picks it up, and he lays it off to Caldwell. And Labastide now, the goal scorer, can try and bring it forward. He's just going to go backwards instead, though. And this is an opportunity now for Pament, and he's giving it away though. Pament, every time he has the ball, is looking forward, and then the ball's played out to Preston, the number 9, and Preston takes the ball inside. An assist already this evening for Jordan Preston after 7 minutes, and that's a challenge in the middle of the park. The referee didn't see anything wrong with it, and a good spell of possession this for Park Avenue as the ball's played out to the left. It's a good ball as well to Labastide, and he then he's going to go forward, is he? Yes, he is. It's not a bad ball to Pament, and he can take it forward. He's backed into the corner. In fact, it was actually Kersey, my apologies, who was on the ball. It's a throw-in Park Avenue's favour. And the ball's into the area. Preston, a layoff. It was a little bit too far in front of Jeffries. The Bletchley shot does come in. It was a rather weak effort in the end from Tiffany, and it's going to be cleared away. But again, everyone from Park Avenue having a touch of the ball, getting everyone involved. It's good football at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I think Jordan Preston started the game really well. You mentioned that he's got an assist, and he's playing through the middle, and that's where we usually see him go across that front line. But quite interesting to see that we've seen him over on that right-hand side, over on this left-hand side, sort of making a little mismatch of numbers. We saw him just play around here with Miles Labastide on this left-hand side. And it creates a real problem for the back line of Tadcaster because, both of those lads have got quite a lot of abilities. The ball will go out for a Park Avenue corner ball.
Yeah, it's Morby. He had to do his defensive work there. The ball comes off and goes out for a corner. Just over 12 minutes in, Bradford Park Avenue 1 at Tadcaster Albion 0. The goal coming after 7 minutes by Miles Labastide. The two players, I won't say to Labastide, a senior player by any means, Preston and Labastide combining, wasn't it, for the goal after some sloppy defensive play from Tadcaster Albion, but in the end it was a well taken goal in the end, though, wasn't it? Once he got the ball, the finish was a good one by Labbersteed.
Yeah, Tadcaster will definitely be kicking themselves, put themselves behind early on as the corner comes across. And
deep one, it's going to be headed away, and the clearance going to be completed again. And the ball now comes back, and will a cross eventually go in? It's with Kersey. If it does go in, it's going to be headed away again. Tadcaster certainly have some tall centre-backs back there, so no surprise they're really winning the aerial duels against what's quite a small Park Avenue team, isn't it, when you look around the field? Not many, too much in terms of height, so you think from set pieces, that might be where Tadcaster do have a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of big lads for us, Oliver Taylor and Jody Tiffany, seem to be able to hold their own as the ball is played in behind and the flag goes up against, I believe it was
Jordan Hines. It was. He's got to do better there, Jordan Hines. Keep his run because the ball was won back. It was a poor ball played out of defence. The ball's cut through to Hines. If he just holds his run, he would have been in one-on-one with King, but he goes too early and he's a mile offside by the time the ball's played. It's got to be said. Jordan Hines will not want to look back on that one. Cannot do that as a professional. When you're trying to, you've got to hold the line and he goes way too early. And that's a bit of a waste for Tadcaster, but would have been one of their best opportunities. You mentioned playing out from the back, causing Tadcaster some harm. On that occasion, it was Park Avenue.
Yeah, definitely. Just want to be careful down on this left-hand side of Park Avenue. Brady Caldwell, I think, has done really well in the early stages of the game, particularly on the ball, but sometimes he goes a little bit too far forward and there's quite a gap created between Oliver Taylor and the left-back, Brady Caldwell. And, they nearly exploited it there. And, you feel like if Jordan Hines had timed his run a little bit better, then that would have been an opportunity that they'd perhaps taken, Sam.
Absolutely, yes, and it's going to be Hardcastle on the ball at the moment. He's giving it away, though, and this could be a chance, maybe. No, it's well covered, actually, near by Thurkel, who came across well. And there's a ball forward, and it's going to be cleared not once but twice. And this might actually find its man on the right-hand side. It's a really good piece of play, actually, on the right. And a volley comes in. Oh, well, that would have been an absolute beauty. It was Jeffries, Luke Jeffries. Gets the ball and he runs with it. He hits a volley from a very tight angle, and I thought for a moment that might fly into the net. Well, if that flew into the net, it would have been something special. Very good play from Jeffries.
Well, I tell you what, that could have been a goal of the season contender right there. He caught it very sweetly, and for a moment, Hikami Romero in the Tadcaster goal was scrambling. Definitely, I think he was a little bit nervous there of that one beating him. But that's twice now we've seen Jeffries on that right-hand side just beat his man with just a fancy little flick over his head, and first time he put a very challenging ball into the area, and that time that effort nearly found itself into the goal as Tadcaster go forward now, and the referee says no to the Tadcaster forward, who comes down and still down.
Tiffany maybe absolutely good man there. It's good play from him, actually, and Tiffany has the ball now as well, and he finds Preston just in the centre circle, just about keeps his feet. Preston, he's still going. Eventually he's fine. I thought Preston was going to react then, but he was going to get up and get the ball, but he was being brought down a couple of times. Preston in the end he could have just got back to his feet and takes a free kick quickly. The referee didn't like something he saw from a Tadcaster player a moment ago, though, and he's just going to have a bit of a word with him.
Yeah, you mentioned that, we haven't got potentially the biggest team out tonight, Park Avenue, but Jordan Preston, leading the line, one of the most physical strikers in the Northern Premier League, you'd say, and he showed it there, just holding off two men and earning his side a foul, free kick, on the halfway line. So he, in the early stages, has done very well, holding up the ball and linking things up across that forward line, and hopefully he can do that more as the ball goes forward, looking for Jody Tiffany in the area, but it's headed away quite confidently from Tadcaster Albion.
Yeah, Kay then plays it forward. It's skipping away, though, immediately, and then the ball does come forward again, and Park Avenue winning it back on every occasion. Preston flicks it on. It's a good ball. This could be an opportunity, actually, in the area. And in the end, it was actually Kersey who went to trying to work the ball onto his right foot to get the shot away. In the end, Tadcaster did enough defensively. Excellent number 9's play from Jordan Preston there, flicking the ball on, bringing his number 7 into play. Just couldn't quite shift the ball onto that right foot as Kay plays and makes a run forward. Actually, no, it's not Kay. My apologies. King comes out and sweep the keeper there. Does well. Good starting position. Gets his head. It was actually George Hardcastle. Not sure what he was doing that far forward there, but he made a run forward, Hardcastle. And it caused a bit of problems, didn't it, for Park Avenue? But Danny King, good starting position from the goalkeeper. Does well to head it away, but they've won it back against Tadcaster. And they're starting to leave a bit as Kay gets it on the overlap. Really good challenge, though, there by Caldwell to put the ball out. And, we mentioned about playing out from the back being a common thing. Sweeper keepers is these days as well. But Tadcaster do have a man down. So Physio's going to come onto the field, and it is Josh Hardcastle. It might have been from that marauding run he made forward a moment ago, where he came out of nowhere, really, didn't he? A ball played forward, and in the end, it was well dealt with by Danny King. I mentioned about the sweeper keeper. It was a good starting position from the goalkeeper, and he gets a good head away. But Tadcaster there going forward, showing a little bit of what they can do.
Yeah, it was a good ball in behind, and actually it was Miles Labastide that was, doing his defensive duties and chasing back, allowing Danny King to come out and, like you mentioned, sweep the ball and just nod it to Brady Caldwell. Really well played, really well defended, and that's good work from Park Avenue. Miles Labastide, obviously the goal scorer this evening. You kind of want to see him at the other end, but if he's doing his defensive duties as well, that's an extra plus, isn't it, as the subs are sent out to warm up for the first time this evening. Still breaking play as Hardcastle receives some more treatment and a chance for the Park Avenue lads to sort of take some fluid and perhaps a few instructions on board.
Absolutely. We're going to hear a pin drop up there at the moment, can't we? There's no words going on around us up in the north-south, so I think everyone will be hearing us at the moment, but yeah, he is still down. I guess we do hope he obviously does get back to his feet. He continues the physio giving him some treatment, and I'm not sure he maybe did pull something when he was running forward, or it was after that phase of play maybe, but either way, he is back to his feet now. A change is going to be coming though, and Hardcastle's evening is over just after 19 minutes, and the number 5 is going to be subbed off, and coming on is going to be Charlie Owen. Is going to come on in his place. So unfortunately, an injury already. This Josh Hardcastle off, Charlie Owen on. The number 12 comes onto the field. He's just going to play in a run of a defensive position. Just to give you the score so far, 19 minutes played at the Horsforth Stadium in the West Riding County Cup. First round and a half, and the score is not half time. 20 minutes in, Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 0. Miles Labastide's goal after 7 minutes. The difference between the two, and coming on the first contribution for Owen is going to take this throw in actually. Owen takes it immediately, and then he's going to get it back as well. He whips one into the middle. It's not a bad ball actually. The header comes in, and it's going to be easily caught though by Danny King. It was actually headed on by Jordan Hines. It's up in the air, and Danny King gets his hands on the ball for one of the first times in the game.
Yeah, he's a big lad, Jordan Hines, in that area, and definitely against that back line, that young, inexperienced back line of Park Avenue. You know, he might look to cause some trouble today as Park Avenue drive forward. Now, unfortunately, Seth Pammon loses the ball and it finds itself at Hikami Romero's feet in the Tadcaster goal. But yeah, just want to see a little bit more from Park Avenue, perhaps on the ball. Been a little bit wasteful going forward, but Jordan Preston doing well, flicking it on as that experienced number 9. Really want to see a few more goals tonight from this young Park Avenue side.
So it's a very good take going forward, though. This could be a chance for Tadcaster. Excellent control, looking for options. He goes round the corner and plays a good ball through, actually, to Greenway. And eventually the ball is worked backwards. Tadcaster, the yellow shirts are coming forward as Ibrahimi has it now. Good ball over the top, and this is an opportunity for the visitors. They're in here, and it's a good save by King. He did really well to deny Kieran Greenway in the end. I tell you what, all of a sudden they cut through them there, didn't they, Tadcaster? That was an opportunity. The ball found Greenway, and in the end, it's good goalkeeping from King. Come out, made himself look big, and got his feet to save it with his feet in the end, and it still remains 1-0. But that is a chance for the visitors.
Well, great ball in behind there from Fatlam Ibrahimi. Just probably allowed a little bit too much time just outside the Park Avenue area and just chipped it over the back line, really, didn't he? And perhaps on another day, Greenway, sorry. Find the back of the net. Good save by Danny King there, just closed the angle, made himself big, and, they all count, came off his leg. We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good goalkeeping. Again, he came out immediately. Good starting position. I think that's very important for goalkeepers. Never left too much of the goal open. Sometimes free keepers leave their near post open. He never on that occasion. And he did really well. It's almost like a defender's challenge the way he saved it, really, wasn't it? Rather than a goalkeeper's save. But either way, no matter how he keeps it out, we'll absolutely take it as a Romero, the other goalkeeper, on the field, plays the ball out to his defender, McDade. And then under a bit of pressure. And again, Tadcaster do like to play the ball out from the back. Tactics may be implemented by the manager. And ball's played forward, and it's going to be one just about. Way back, and it's a ball through again. This could be a chance. It's well taken. Round the goalkeeper. Oh, it's good goalkeeping, though. Ball played back. Oh, it is an equaliser. And Tadcaster Albion all level. Eventually, 3 bites of the cherry in the last few moments. Believe the goal might well have been scored by Greenway. Yes, it was a few combinations, wasn't it? The ball was played through in behind. I think it was Norman who got in behind originally. He took it round King. King does really well to make a save, a one-handed save, and then eventually the ball's played back in, and it looked like Greenway couldn't miss, and he didn't, and he puts it right into the roof of the net, and it's 1-1, and 23 minutes in, and Tadcaster Albion have drawn level.
Yeah, frustrating actually. There, it's twice in about 2 minutes that we've seen a similar sort of move from Tadcaster. That just that little chip over the back line of Park Avenue, and they were caught out for a second time, and that one resulted in the ball ended up in the back of net. Great feat from Miles Labastide off the restart, earns himself a free kick. But Danny King did really well on that first effort. You know, 1-on-1 with number 11 Oliver Norman, and made a good save, but. Unfortunately, Norman regained the ball, just chipped it across, and Kieran Greenway would have done well to miss from there. I think, Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. Thought for a moment he might actually, but yeah, it was actually confirmed. Declan Slater was actually the goal scorer. The number 7, we will confirm. My apologies, it was Declan Slater who tapped the ball into the net, but it was difficult to see from up here. There's a lot of bodies in there, and in the end, I think it was Slater's volley. But either way, the scoreline is 1-1. That's the most important stat in the game at the moment. 23.5 minutes in at the Horsefall Stadium. West Riding County Cup. Bradford Park Avenue 1. Tadcaster Albion 1. It was a very good start for Park Avenue, taking the lead after 7 minutes through Miles Labastide's goal. But 23 minutes and they were hit back with Declan Slater as a free kick for Park Avenue in a fairly dangerous position. Not a shooting position maybe, but a crossing position nonetheless. And the ball does go in. It's deep one to the back post. It's easily going to be caught though by the goalkeeper. It can be Romero, and I think Park Avenue are going to have to do better than that when they've got set pieces.
Yeah, definitely. Just got to look for, I think the one you've got to look for is Jordan Preston in that box. Big physical striker. A few times that we've seen those balls come in and just easily dealt with from Tadcaster as they go down this left-hand side once more, but it's won well by Joel Orty and cleared by Oliver Hawksworth at the heart of the Park Avenue defence, and Tadcaster will just roll the ball between their centre halves in their own half.
Yeah, 2 divisions between these sides, but it's fair play to Tadcaster. They're bringing the game to Park Avenue, a very youthful Park Avenue, it must be said, at the moment. And they've had a few chances, haven't they? They've definitely probably done enough to get back into the game and get the equaliser. But I think Park Avenue, again, after a very bright start, have kind of taken their foot off the gas a little bit. And that's allowed Tadcaster to take advantage. Even before they scored, they threatened a couple of times, didn't they? And Danny King's been called into action maybe a little bit more than people may have expected in the end in 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes in, and you'd definitely say that the last 10 minutes probably belong to Tadcaster. I think they've gone forward probably since that substitution was made, actually, of Hardcastle leaving the field for Charlie Owen as well. That really I think that slowed the game down a little bit, slowed all momentum, and in goes behind, does Luke Jeffries, but the flag has been raised against him. But, down that right-hand side, that shows a little bit of promise for Park Avenue more than once in this game. Luke Jeffries done well in the early stages, but Tadcaster definitely growing into the game. Just seeing a few balls in behind from their midfield that have caused trouble and produced a few good saves out of Danny King, but he couldn't quite keep out that second effort that led to Declan Slater's goal to make it 1-1.
He did very well to keep out the first, to be fair to him. He was already beaten, went round the goalkeeper. King did very well to get his hand to it, but afterwards it was the cross that came back in. King was obviously not in position as the ball over the top. Now it's another ball over that left-hand side, which is causing problems. It's to Norman. And Norman is being trapped by Orty. He's done well. He goes down. It's a free kick, actually. Norman does well to win that. And it's a yellow card as well for Joel Orty. Bringing down his man. It's good play, actually. Really good play by Oliver Norman. But mentioning as well about Luke Jeffries. I mean, that one a moment ago, very tight, the offside decision, wasn't it? But Jeffries certainly looks like a lively player when he's been on it tonight, hasn't he? He's ran forward really well. In anything, he might be a bit too quick for his own good when it comes to offsides at times, because that was a problem on that occasion. But a dangerous free kick coming for Tadcaster Albion. And this could be danger for Park Avenue if they're not careful. And it's going to be a ball played in. It's a deep one. And it's so near. I thought that might go in for a moment. There was a head on it. It's going to be given as a goal kick. It was going to be given as. So, only imagine King was beaten to the ball. He came out with his 2 fists there, didn't he? Didn't get anything on it. I believe there was a touch and it just went wide. I thought it might have been going in for a moment. Another dangerous one though for Tadcaster.
Yeah, heart in mouth moment there when you saw Danny King come for the ball and was beaten to it, and the ball sort of looped over his head. You're thinking, is this ball going to nestle in that corner and that side netting of the net? I think it was Jordan Hines that rose highest there and just pipped him to the ball. But in the end, it just ended up going wide. But interesting to see that. Got to keep their eye on that. We mentioned Jordan Hines is a big lad, big physical striker, and Tadcaster just growing more and more into this game now as Park Avenue have the ball in the middle with Kersey, and he goes back to centre half tonight. Oliver Hawksworth, I believe.
Yeah, and the ball is now with the number 3, Caldwell. Ball laid off by Preston, and Labastide wins it back, and now the ball is in possession of Kersey. Good spell for Park Avenue on possession, something we haven't said for around about 5 minutes or so. As the ball goes out to the right, Orty will get there. It was a ball that originally looked like from Pament. It wasn't quite going to reach his man, but Orty got back there to get it. And here's Hawksworth on the ball now. Orty gets it back. And then the ball is going to be played back to his goalkeeper. It is back to his goalkeeper from Kersey. And Danny King has a touch of the ball inside his own 18-yard box and just looking at his options. And he's going to go out to the right. And Bradford Park Avenue can come forward. It's going to be played to the left. Good ball as well, out to Caldwell. And Caldwell brings it forward to Labastide, who will just about keep it in. And Labastide, the first goal scorer, opened the scoring this evening. And Tadcaster have since hit back in the game as a large spell of possession. This is Park Avenue, isn't it? A lot of the ball at the moment from Caldwell, who plays it out to Taylor, who then plays it forward. A lot of passes in this move at Park Avenue. It does eventually lead to a goal. Then who doesn't know how many passes there's been in this move, but that ball is going to go back to Caldwell. And Caldwell then plays it back to Hawksworth. Oh, sorry, Taylor, my apologies. And that's a nice turn in the centre of the pot by Kersey. Really nice turn. Ball played forward, and in the end, it's going to be the substitute, Owen, who gets it back to his goalkeeper, Romero. A lot of the ball there at Park Avenue, but it very much stayed in their own half.
Yeah, I quite like that. You know, a few little triangles played out on this left-hand side. Did well to keep the ball, and it came to Kersey in the middle of bags of room. And I think he played a ball there that he perhaps didn't need to play. I think Jordan Preston was maybe the easier option, but definitely want to see Miles more in this game. I think he could really be the deciding factor tonight. Really quick, tricky winger out on this left-hand side at the moment, and down this left-hand side, I think we've done well with Caldwell. I think he's actually done well as we mentioned Luke Jeffries over on the right-hand side, on the right wing, but Caldwell, I think, looked rather composed at left-back.
Absolutely has. The ball played forward, and Tadcaster in their bright yellow strip have certainly looked promising on that left-hand side, or far left from where we're sitting, and it's definitely caused Park Avenue problems. To say that's a really wild ball. Played that play, though, by Tadcaster, and well, it's got to be said, half an hour played. It's been an entertaining one so far. Park Avenue certainly got the better in the opening 15 minutes, but the last 15 minutes has definitely been Tadcaster's.
Yeah, 30 minutes with two sort of defining halves, I think, really. I think Park Avenue started off out the gates really, really well. Started off at a pace that perhaps Tadcaster weren't expecting. Obviously, this is a different side that Tadcaster won't have seen, that we haven't seen, really. That Park Avenue have fielded this evening, but they started off really well. Jordan Preston and Miles Labastide linking up, obviously, to put the white and green side into the lead. But Tadcaster have done really well actually since then. Obviously, unforced into a change in the 19th minute, but they've played some really good stuff as they go forward again and find Danny King. We mentioned Danny King's ability on the ball and his distribution as he throws one out onto this left-hand side where Caldwell will pick it up, and that's a really big part of how Mark Bauer's side play it, week in, week out. And we see George Sykes-Kenworthy play those sort of balls with either feet out to Lucas Dunstan, to Lewis Hay, Mason O'Malley when they're playing at full-back, and relieves a lot of pressure, inviting the opposition's front line on, and Sykes-Kenworthy often picks those passes out, and it creates opportunities further down the field as Miles Labastide perhaps leaves one in on frontman Jordan Hines of Tadcaster, but the referee doesn't see too much in it, and Park Avenue remain with the ball. Both Labastide and Hines just struggling a little bit, just took a knock each from that challenge, but the ball is at the back currently with Oliver Taylor, and now Labastide picks up the ball and seems to have recovered, but he's sort of in a left-back position at the moment, Sam.
I think it was a challenge, the fierceness of the challenge, really, that kind of was. It was a fair challenge from Action Labas. It was a good challenge. He went in, won it fairly, but I think both players collided a little bit, and he's a rather big lad as well, Hines, so I see why Labastide might have come off a little bit bad, but he is limping, and Preston takes up the left position for now and has the ball. Preston, good play. In the end, loses his feet, though. He was tripped, and then he still tried to play the ball, and the referee's given a foul. Rightly so, but yeah, the strong challenge it was by Labastide on Jordan Hines, and both players feeling the effects. They were kind of standing next to each other, weren't they, holding their legs? And I think that it was one of them where you kind of felt the fierceness of the challenge, but hopefully both players will be okay. It looks like they are now. Both players moving a lot more freely.
Yeah, Labastide's still just feeling it a little bit, I think, but hopefully he'll be okay. Obviously, only just returned from injury. Definitely do not want to lose him with a fair few injuries from the Park Avenue side so far this season, as the ball is tried to put over into the box by Brady Caldwell, and it'll go all the way out for a corner. Tadcaster were forced to put out. I think it was Joel Orty out on that far right-hand side. Luke Jeffries, sorry, yeah.
and he's crossing. It hit the first man and went out for a corner, but a good corner to win. And it's actually going to be Seth Hammond who comes across to take it. And this could be a dangerous one. Again, the height of Tadcaster's players there is making me think set pieces are going to have to be quite an achievement to score from a set piece tonight if you are Park Avenue with the height advantage. The ball comes in though. It's not a bad one actually. It is flicked on. It's going to go over. It was actually flicked on by Jodie Tiffany, who got there at the near post, but it's a very awkward angle for him to flick it goalwards. And in the end, he flicked it up in the air and it looped and just goes out of play for a goal kick. But he did make the run though, Tiffany, and he got a flick on, but never quite came to anything.
Yeah, I think set pieces, like you mentioned, South, I think they'll be a bit of a tough one tonight. They're a big side, and it's mainly moments like this where Tadcaster, play the ball around the back. That's what led to the Park Avenue first goal, and I think that could end up, coming back to haunt Tadcaster once more if they keep playing it like that. Obviously, Jordan Preston, Zach Kersey, Miles Labastide, and Luke Jeffries all pressing quite high on that back line in the yellow shirts of Tadcaster, and I think, set pieces perhaps not the way to go tonight, but on the ball, I think we've looked quite good going forward, quite quick and counter-attacking style has allowed Park Avenue to perhaps create new chances, and hopefully we'll just see a few more shots on goal, testing Romero wearing the number 1 shirt for Tadcaster.
Absolutely. Ball's nearly won back there. It's good play. It was actually played by Jodie Tiffany there, trying to win the ball back on a couple of occasions. In the end was unsuccessful, crowded out by the Tadcaster players, but that was good play there, good persistence from him to try and win the ball at least as Tadcaster have it on the left-hand side. Good ball played through. I say it's a good ball. It's going to be dealt with surely by Hawksworth. It is going to be dealt with. He's being chased down by Kieran Greenway, but that left-hand side has certainly been Tadcaster's strong point, hasn't it, in this game? When they've gone forward on the left, they've definitely caused problems. As the ball's worked out now to the substitute Charlie Owen, who did come on earlier in the game for a forced substitution. He's not going to give that ball up, and Labastide chased him, and Labastide just about, doesn't shield the ball out. The ball was already had enough legs on it to go out, but judging by that run there, Labastide is okay.
Yeah, definitely, and it's good to see him do it. Like I mentioned it earlier, it's good to see him doing that defensive work, really. Got to be up and down and putting the shift in for the team, which he has been doing, but that's been the way that Tadcaster have sort of played. They've played that ball into the back line, they've laid it back to midfielders such as Ibrahimi, and that little dink effort, 20 yards over the back line, allowing wingers to run onto it for Tadcaster has sort of been their most prominent chances, you'd say, have come from that.
Yeah, absolutely. As the ball's now in the centre-back position with Hawksworth, and he then goes out to Orty. Orty was on a yellow card for a challenge earlier on committed on Norman, and the ball's now going to be won in the air, and it's a good header actually, and in the end it wasn't quite taken down by Tiffany, and it's a foul as well. It was Luke Jeffries who won it. I must say Luke Jeffries really is, but he may be a small player. God, is he quick? I mean, for judging by this game, he certainly is a quick player. They get him on the ball running at the players, then it's definitely going to be a problem.
There he is again.
And Jeffries coming in again reminds me a bit of Tarek Lamptey when he burst onto the scene at Brighton and Chelsea, of course. The way he plays, really. And the ball is now in the back with Tadcaster. And it's for the goalkeeper, Romero, who has it. It can't be Romero. Is just going to have the ball in his own box. It seems to like playing out from the back. Tadcaster, who mentioned that at the start of the game, and it hasn't really done them any harm in the last 20 minutes, especially. Labastide chases, goes to.
Does very well.
He's done really well, actually.
Does very well.
His side of throw in, excellent play there by Miles Labastide, who will be out to impress in this game, no doubt. And a goal so far in the game for himself, and really playing well, doing defensive duty. Loses it there though, and this might be a chance. And it's really good play actually. And the ball's then played through, and that's good tracking back defending by Brady Caldwell. It was Ibrahimi actually who played a brilliant ball over for the goal, and it was a chance to play a ball in behind from him there. Didn't quite find his man though, did he? It was good defending by Caldwell. The ball's played out to the left, and Labastide can control right at the halfway line. Keeps it alive as well. And the manager didn't seem to think that was out of play, the Tadcaster manager, but not the case. As the ball's played forward, it's going to be headed away. It's a good attempt of a ball by Zach Kersey. And Kersey has it back now as well and plays it out to the right. And then Kersey can get it back. And Park Avenue looking to mount their first attack for a little while. And the ball's played out to the right-hand side. Eventually, it will reach Jeffries. And Jeffries carries on running into fields. And then into Preston. Preston round the corner. Is that a handball? The referee says no, and then Preston then loses the ball. And now this might be a chance to break for the visitors. And here comes the number 10, Greenway. This is an opportunity,
offside,
maybe.
once more.
It's another, again, offside, Jordan Hines. And To be fair, it was well stepped up there by a Park Avenue defender, but if you're Hines, you've got to be staying on task twice in this game now, where Hines has been offside inexplicably.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that one is actually on Hines. I think Greenway's kept hold of the ball way too long there, driving at the fence, really, and Hines was on that back line, timing his run almost to perfection. Greenway just held on to it a little bit long, but Hines goes in behind now, and he's one-on-one with the keeper, and great save, Danny King.
What a save from King that is. That is a brilliant save from Danny King, and the absence of George Atsken, he hasn't seemed a factor so far, because that's the third good save King has made in this game, and that is an excellent piece of goalkeeping. Just as I was criticising Jordan Hines a moment ago, he gets in behind well, good opportunity, maybe could have gone low, but either way, it wasn't a bad effort at all. Great reactions, though, by Danny King to keep the score at 1-1. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper, but Park Avenue caught out at the back again.
Yeah, just in behind every time, really, aren't they? Almost when they play it well. Obviously there was a wasteful one from Greenway a moment ago, but they were in behind. Just one more as a quick sort of corner off the training grounds was attempted to be taken from Tadcaster Albion, but it's cleared only around 20 yards out, still deep inside the Park Avenue half for a throw-in.
I don't believe Andy Moncast would have been too impressed, the Tadcaster manager, with that one, it's fair to say. But yeah, either way, that one didn't quite come to anything. And Tadcaster on the left-hand side now as the ball's played down the line. That will be shielded out from Jeffries. No, it won't be kept in, actually, from Jeffries, who then plays it forward. And the ball's controlled in the middle of the park, and eventually Tadcaster get it back. 39 minutes played. Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 1 as a chance now. Good turn. And the ball's going to be played back, and Tadcaster again are the team pressing at the moment. They're the team coming forward as the ball's played out to the right. It's a good ball as well.
Great touch.
Number 11, Norman. What a touch that is as well. Norman on the right-hand side, which has been on the left primarily so far. And the ball's now with Kay. Back to Norman again. Excellent touch from him a moment ago. It's good feet as well. Oh, and in the end, it was a poor ball, really, because, Greenway, we could see, was offside from up here, and he did not need to play that ball to him. And after a good passage of play from Tadcaster, the ball goes out harmlessly for a goal kick.
Yeah, Tadcaster look more and more dangerous going forward now, and you feel like they create a few more chances. We saw Danny King, pull off a superb save just moments ago. But, they're more and more growing into this game, and if they keep supplying with Jordan Hines with those chances, then you feel like he could go on and take one, as Caldwell has the ball just inside Tadcaster's half, and it's a wasteful ball, really. But Jeffries, perhaps a chance to regain it, and he does regain it to Zach Kersey's feet now.
Yeah, Kersey ball over the top as well. Not a bad one either to Tiffany. Tiffany on the right-hand side, as for now, Jeffries has come in field. He did that by closing down, and this could be an opportunity for Kersey. He then plays it back, and I thought there might be a shot maybe there from a long way out, but not the case. Preston's come very deep to receive the ball. Preston goes to the left to Labastide, and Labastide, with some nice, neat footwork, plays it round the corner to Preston. A lovely bit of combination play between the two, but in the end it's come to nothing, as Charlie Owen does well defensively, and that will be a throw-in, though, to Park Avenue. 41 minutes in, Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 1. A much changed Park Avenue. But the ball's then thrown forward. It's picked up by Labastide, and it's going to be another throw-in for Park Avenue deep inside the Tadcaster half. And I think if you are Park Avenue, you just want at least one more attack, really, in this half, because since the opening 15 minutes, we've seen very little of Park Avenue going forward, and they're certainly not tested Romero.
No, definitely not. I think the moments of brilliance sort of come when you get link-ups between Preston and Labastide, obviously lads that have had a fair few senior minutes here at Park Avenue. Jordan Preston, an experienced pro, you'd say, and that's when moments of excellence really come out, is when those two link together out on this left-hand side. Park Avenue, though, slowly building the ball now as Pamment goes out to Preston on this left-hand side, and back to Pamment in the middle. He goes back over once more to Joel Orty, sort of playing as an inside full-back here. Plenty of time on the ball, but one thing you'll say, Sam, is there's plenty of yellow shirts back on defence for Tadcaster Albion.
There is, as much as earlier on in the game we maybe criticised Tadcaster a bit for the way they were playing out from the back. Their general defensive shape has been brilliant, and really, the goal for Park Avenue was caused by an error from Tadcaster, but they've won the ball back, Tadcaster. That's a good ball forward as well. It's not a bad attempt of a touch either. It was played out to Slater, the goal scorer. He couldn't quite take it in the end, Slater. Good ball, and it's Jeffries in behind as well. Can Jeffries get that? It's a really good defensive challenge, though, in fairness. That was brilliant defending by Tadcaster. Jeffries, I thought, was going to get in behind there. The long legs stretched out, didn't they? I'm not quite sure who it was. A couple of players. Morby was some excellent defending. Ball over the top, and then the opposite left back with some good defending on that occasion, but then he plays the ball out of play. Brady Caldwell it was that time, who I think's had an impressive showing so far.
Yeah, I think, a lot of the young lads that have come in have done really well. I think the midfield two of, three of Pam, Tiffany and Kersey have stayed well and stuck to their positions well, as Kersey wins the ball there, but unfortunately Pam loses it. So a slight bit of the commentator's curse there, Sam. We're always good for it, aren't we? But yeah, a few of the young lads really stepped in. You mentioned Caldwell. I think he's done really well on this left-hand side, and we'll just have to see what the second half brings in. Obviously, still in the first half, hopefully Park Avenue might sneak one in before the half-time whistle, but definitely positives to take going into the second half, and you just hope for a little bit more quality going forward.
Absolutely. When Miles Laversteed scored that goal after 7 minutes, you might have assumed it might be a comfortable night at the Horsfall Stadium at Park Avenue, but
it's never that, is it, Sam? It's never that.
Tadcaster, they've rallied back and they've been very good since 15 minutes. I think the last half an hour has probably gone to Tadcaster in terms of play. They've definitely created the better chances, and they've definitely looked very good, Tadcaster, for a team who obviously haven't had the best domestic start and were relegated last season as well. They've been very impressive at times this evening against a youthful Park Avenue side. But on the ball now is the number 2, Kay. He goes back, though, and in a very deep position is Kieran Greenway picking up the ball. He goes out to the right, and Charlie Owen, who since coming on seems to have made a bit of a difference, actually, Charlie Owen, in fairness to him. And that's going to be a throw-in, and that's going to be conceded by Brady Caldwell. 44 minutes in, Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 1. First round of the West Riding County Cup. The first goal scored by Miles Laversteed after 7 minutes, and then the equaliser by Slater on 23. And the ball now is going to be played through. This could be another opportunity. Shot comes in, and it's a comfortable enough save for Danny King. It was Oliver Norman who went for goal, and wasn't a bad effort by any means. It might have been a bit of an awkward one for King. He had to catch it out of the air, but it was one you can easily drop on another day. But King with safe hand. Danny King has had a very good showing in goal so far.
Yeah, definitely really good from the backup number 1 here at Park Avenue. You're hoping that he just carries that on, strong saves, some good distribution and good leadership, obviously, with the armband on tonight. But I've been really, really impressed, actually, with the middleman of Tadcaster Albion, Fatlum Ibrahimi. I think he's linking everything up, playing some really nice balls in behind for the likes of Hines and Norman to get involved with. And here he is on the ball now. And, I think his ball and his ability on the ball could really make the difference for Tadcaster Albion this evening.
Absolutely. He has certainly been a threat. He played a very good ball in behind for the goal, I believe, as well, Ibrahimi. So that's something that his ability to play the ball forward is something to watch out for. 2 added minutes at the end of the first half at the Horsfall Stadium. Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 1. It's a bit of an awkward ball. It's played to the chest of Daniel Thurkel, but he does well to take it down and just give it back to his goalkeeper, Ikami Romero. And Thurkel gets it right on the edge of his 18-yard box, and he then goes to his fellow centre-back. And obviously Hardcastle, the man who has been subbed off in the game, just to confirm as well, for Tadcaster Albion. And the goalkeeper now is going to play it forward, and Sam Kay is coming to more of a centre midfield position since the change. That's actually been Charlie Owen who's gone to right back. And picking up the ball is Norman. Ball played forward there by Owen. It's over the top, and I think Greenway should be offside there. Flag's not gone up, though, and in the end, it was given back to his goalkeeper. It was given back to Danny King, and then won the ball back. Park Avenue. Laversteed has it, just takes the ball inside his own half for a moment. Positive play from him, though. Brilliant. He runs forward. And in the end, the ball forward was going to be played by Pament. Just couldn't really get the ball through. I think he went for an outside of the foot pass, if anything, and it just didn't really get any contacts on it. And Tadcaster win the ball back. And it's to the number 11 now, Norman, who's come on this right-hand side the last 10 minutes or so. Was playing on the left for the first part of the game. We've played 90 seconds of the 2 added minutes, so the half-time whistle is imminent in the game. And again, a bit of a half-time team top lead for Park Avenue, admittedly. It's not been an easy evening for them. It started really well. First 10-15 minutes, they're in firm control. It's not been an easy evening since, but there could be a chance here for Tadcaster as well. And it's well taken down by Greenway. Greenway gets a cross in. It's a deep one. That's going to no one. That's out for a throw in the end. He just kind of bit too much on it there from Greenway, wasn't he? He got into a good position, but maybe he should have gone low. Went high, and no one was in there for Tadcaster.
Yeah, it was Ibrahimi again from his own half there that played a great ball over onto this right-hand side just in front of us here, Sam, for Greenway to pick up straight to his feet. Good touch, but like you mentioned, just that final product for Tadcaster Albion, not there really. But I think the game is very much in the balance. Both sides definitely in it. Positives for both sides. Things for them both to work on going into the second half. And this game could go either way.
Absolutely could. It's very well put. The 2 minutes are up, and that's the half-time whistle, actually. And, the first round of the West Riding County Cup at the Horsefall Stadium. Half-time is Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 1. First goal of the game scored after 7 minutes when Tadcaster were guilty of overplaying at the back and the ball was given away. Jordan Preston picked it up. Found Miles Laverstein and a good finish from him into the bottom corner. But to be fair, Tadcaster, they fought back since the equaliser was scored by Declan Slater, actually. A good finish from him. The ball was played across, and although it was one that was harder to miss, it was still one he had to finish nonetheless. And, I think it is 1-1 at half-time, and second half, obviously, you maybe say that Park Avenue will be hoping to take a bit more control of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's perhaps a little bit more composed going forward on the ball, looking for those extra passes and try and get Miles Laverstein on the ball. He's a real bright spark, isn't he, Sam? And every time he's on the ball, you sort of feel like something could happen. I think is that feeling you have with him. But we haven't seen much in the way of shots on goal. I think you say there's been a few long range efforts that haven't quite made it on target. We've been really impressed with Luke Jeffries out on that right hand side. Obviously, he'll just be in front of us in the second half. Looking forward to seeing more of him, and let's just hope that a few more chances can be created and that moment of quality will come in the form of a Bradford Park Avenue goal.
Absolutely. Well, we will be back in around about 10 minutes or so with the half-time score of the Horsefall Stadium in the West Riding County Cup first round. Bradford Park Avenue 1 and Tadcaster Albion 1. So, welcome back everyone. We have just got back underway for the second half at the Horseball Stadium in the West Riding County Cup first round encounter between Bradford Park Avenue and Tadcaster Albion, and the score is 1-1 at the break, and it's Tadcaster in their yellow strip who got us underway for the second half, as the ball now is back with Dan McDade, the skipper, and Tadcaster just playing it around the back. And well, for the second half, I imagine that the message would just be a little bit maybe attacking, but we will cut off because there's a chance maybe here for Tadcaster early on. No, the lot loses their footing and it's going to go out for a goal kick. So, around about 30 seconds into the second half, and Tadcaster with a good spell of possession, but if you're Park Avenue, I guess creating more going forward will be the aim.
Yeah, hopefully, Jordan Preston stayed on the field for the second half. One thing I've definitely noticed is that Miles Labastide's come out onto this right-hand side now with Luke Jeffries going out onto the left. A little bit of sloppy possession there at the back for Park Avenue results in a Tadcaster throw-in just 5 yards from the corner flag, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw that in the first half, of course. What led to the actual goal for Park Avenue, we saw a little bit of sloppy play as the throw-in is going to go back, and it's back with the number 6, Dan McDade, who then plays one forward. It's not a bad ball in, actually, and it's taken in the area, but it will be cleared away. And Jordan Preston, who has stayed on the field, no changes at half-time, actually, for Park Avenue. There has been one for Tadcaster Albion. Corey Roper has come onto the field in place of Sam Kay for the second half. Sam Kay changed position in the first half, of course, as well. He was originally playing right back, moving to midfield, and now he's gone off. So 2 changes so far for Tadcaster, none yet for Park Avenue, as Tadcaster have the ball now and play it forward. Well played around the corner by Hines. And here's a touch for Roper, but in the end it's going to be a throw-in. The referee decides in favour of Park Avenue. I'm not quite sure who that came off, but it is Park Avenue who get the decision.
Yeah, I think it's got to be interesting, a little bit frantic in the early stages from both sides. Neither team really keeping hold of the ball in the first 2 minutes of the second half now, as the ball goes forward for Preston, who holds it up well, and that's what we want to see more and more of, is that, him using his size, and unfortunately the ball just runs away from him there. He did really well actually to hold off a man, beat another, and just a little bit too much on it from Jordan.
I imagine there might come a point where the changes aren't going to be made for Park Avenue during the game. I mean, we are around only 2 minutes into the second half, admittedly, so very early yet, but I think at the hour mark maybe we'll start to see some changes from Park Avenue. Obviously, Tadcaster Albion have already made 2, but one of them was a forced change, of course, due to an injury in the first half. As Park Avenue Tadcaster, win a throw-in. It's all been Tadcaster possession at the start of the second half, and again, looks like Labastide's got to a bit of a forward position at the moment. He charges down the goalkeeper, but in the end they play it away. And despite the fact it did cause them a little bit of harm in the first half, playing out from the back, Tadcaster Albion have certainly stuck with their principles, it's fair to say. As the ball is back with the goalkeeper Romero again, he does well on that occasion to play it out to McDade, the centre-back. The captain, Dan McDade, who brings it forward and looks for a ball with his left foot. It's not a bad attempt, but that will be controlled by the number 3, Caldwell, and missed control. And this could be an opportunity for Greenway. Greenway in a good position, gets the shot away, it's wide. He'd have made a foot of the back when that hit the back. It wasn't the back of the net that it struck, though. It was the fence behind the goal, and not a bad effort, but again, the way he was allowed to run forward and shoot there, that's what they've been making the most of, Tadcaster. He let fly, but it was never quite troubling King, was it?
No, McDade sort of played that crossfield ball from left to right all the way over to Brady Caldwell in Park Avenue colours, and just a bit of a sloppy first touch from Caldwell. Just found the feet of, I believe it was Slater in the middle. He chipped it over the top for the running Kieran Greenway, and it's fair to say that he caught that strike pretty well, I think, there, and didn't trouble Danny King that time, but definitely hit it with some furiosity.
He absolutely did, and the ball did whistle wide of the goal, and in possession now is the goalkeeper, actually, Romero. He goes out to his centre-back, Thurkel. Of course, Hardcastle was subbed off in the first half, of course, due to injury, and then Sam Kay also replaced at half-time. Coming on has been Charlie Owen and Corey Roper, and Roper seems like he's playing in a more of a central midfield position as the ball is played back. I've got to say the yellow shirts of Tadcaster mainly had possession at the start of the second half, and I was kind of surprised there wasn't any half-time changes for Park Avenue. It was West Riding County Cup 1-1 at half-time. Poor ball out there by the goalkeeper Romero there. Labastide can pick that one up, and nice footwork from him. We've said that a lot so far this evening. And it's just trying to eventually loses out. Is that not a foul? It's a throw in though. He went down, Labastide. He wanted, looks over to the referee, claiming his shirt was being pulled, but the referee didn't agree. But it's given Park Avenue a foul either way. And Joel Orty, who was booked in the first half, is going to take it. It's towards Preston. And there's another shirt pull there, a bit of afters between Labbersteed there and Morby, wasn't there? Just noticed there. And Preston goes to win the ball back and can't quite. It's a nice bit of play, but he nearly plays into trouble. Labbersteed goes to win it back, and how's that a foul? I mean, he's gone to get the ball. I think that's a very harsh decision given against Labbersteed. I think it might have been the way he went for the challenge, but it's a bit harsh report from the referee. And now Tadcaster can come forward on the right-hand side. They've had to check back, and we'll keep an eye on Labbersteed and Morby. A bit of afters, wasn't there, off the ball. I saw a bit of a shirt pull again, and was maybe a bit of afters between the two, and they are the two players who seem to be in close proximity of each other as the ball's played out. Well, it's nearly played through, actually. Two more beats. Good defending, though, by Labbersteed, who was back in a good position. And he switched to the right-hand side, hasn't he? We mentioned about seeing Luke Jeffers in this half. Is actually Labbersteed playing on the right as the ball's played forward, and was that a handball, maybe? And it was Taylor. It was actually Tiffany who went to go through, and Danny King does well there to come out and get the ball as well. He played a half volley away there, Danny King. Very impressive play from him. And they win a free kick, Park Avenue. It's got to be said, at the start of the second half. All of a sudden, both teams started to come forward. Park Avenue started to show a bit more. And Labbersteed's come out to the right in this half. So a change on flanks for him and Jeffries.
Yeah, I think that's probably good for Miles and for Jeffries, really, switching up fullbacks that they're attacking this half. I think those two were, a couple of bright sparks in that first half, really getting at the Tadcaster defence. I mean, Miles did really well there down this right-hand side, and how on earth the assistant referee hasn't seen that handball, I'm not quite sure that was right under his nose. But Park Avenue now just with the ball, rolling it around the back between midfield and defence. Miles will come to receive the ball down in an almost right-back position, and he looks forward.
Yeah, Labbersteed has the ball now, takes it into the Tadcaster half. Nice play from him, and keeps the ball at his feet. Ball pretty much glued to his feet there as Orty plays it back to him. He's dropped into his own half for now, though, and he then plays it in to the number 8 Clemens. It's not a bad ball. It's not Preston can get there. Preston controls it, takes it down on the volley. And it struck the defender right in the face, and he has taken one in the face. That was McDade, who felt the full force of Preston's strike. It was an excellent takedown from Jordan Preston. He gets the volley away and it hits McDade flush in the face, and he goes down off the impact of the shot. And it's got to be said, it's quite fortunate, really, but in the end it turns out to be a good block from McDade.
Yeah, body on the line, so, typical defensive behaviour. He seems all right as well, up on his knees now, and getting back to reality. Obviously, had a quick sort of concussion check potentially. But yeah, really good play there from Park Avenue. That's sort of what Tadcaster were looking to do against the back line of Park Avenue in that first half, is play that ball over from the middle, over the defence. And Jordan Preston, I thought, timed that run to perfection almost. Went over in behind, sort of little touch back across his man and caught the volley that sweet that it hit Dan McDade, the Tadcaster captain, right in the nose. And I thought he crumbled down to the floor. But interesting to see that early stages, first sign of Park Avenue really getting forward and challenging that defence of Tadcaster.
Yeah, it was such good play from Preston. The way he took the ball down, it was really neat play. Got it on the volley, and that'd be interesting if that volley didn't end up striking McDade in the face. If that would have flew into the net, I think it certainly would have been hitting the target. So it would have been interesting if it did fly past Romero and into the net. But either way, McDade, I'm not sure if it really was him putting his body in the line, the ball just hit him in the face. I don't know if he was just in the right or wrong place, whatever you want to call it there, and it just kind of strikes him. But either way, McDade does seem to be okay after what was a bit of an impact injury, it's fair to say. But we're 10 minutes into the second period, still Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 1, first round of the West Riding County Cup. And both goals came in the first half as the ball's played forward. It's, I say, going to be headed away. It wasn't quite headed away, but it will be cleared at the second attempt. Preston could be onto that as well. And Preston might get in behind. It just couldn't quite take it down. It's good pressure from him, though. In the end, though, good defending from Thurkel, who heads it back to his goalkeeper. And Preston, trying his hardest to win the ball there, didn't quite manage to do it, though. Headed back to his own goalkeeper from Daniel Thurkel.
Yeah, more and more into the game now. Jordan Preston just sort of Park Avenue, not sort of playing long ball, but just playing it down in those channels, looking for Preston to use his physicality, and that's twice now that we've seen him use it, and sort of, put a little bit more pressure on that back line of Tadcaster, obviously. Centre halves tonight of, I believe it is Thurkel and, well, it was Hardcastle, wasn't it, that's come off, and Owens now.
For the visitors, though. Oh, and it's gone in as well. I believe it's gone in for 2-1, and it was Danny King who was beaten at the near post. It was squeezed in by James Morby in the end. It was an overlapping run from Morby in the penalty area. He then placed the ball in, and Danny King was beaten at the near post. He kind of went through him in the end, and It is 2-1 to the visitors. 10 minutes into the second period. And it's got to say, I'm not sure if that was his intention, James Morby, but either way, it's not a bad finish really from him, and the way he just puts it into the net. And it was very unfortunate that King wasn't able to get there, and Tadcaster take the lead, and first real attempt on target from either team in the second period. And well, Tadcaster from 1-0 down, now lead 2-1.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just caught us both off guard a little bit there. I was talking about the positives of Park Avenue getting forward for the first time in the half, obviously 55 minutes in now, and Tadcaster go up the other end and, put the ball into that area. I think Danny King could be a little bit disappointed with that one, just sort of ball just snuck underneath him, didn't it, from a tight angle. You mentioned that Morby sort of perhaps wasn't looking quite to do that, but, he's definitely put the ball in the back of the net and he'll definitely take it. 2-1, Tadcaster here at the Horsefall in West Riding County Cup action, and Park Avenue a lot to do once more.
Absolutely. I mean, it's almost as if, when they came in, I think it caught everyone off guard, and even Morby. I'm not sure that wasn't intention, but Morby's going forward again here. Actually, it's a really good ball to him, and he takes it down as well, and it was his overlapping run, Morby, which really caused the problem. And when he got in that position, King had his near post covered as well. That was the thing. He had it near post covered, but it almost like he was surprised it was going goalwards, and he just couldn't quite get on top of it. And it goes 2-1 to Tadcaster Albion, and the ball's now played out to the right hand side, and the Yellows can't bring it forward. Maybe trying to double their advantage in the game now. The ball's played forward, it's out of play. That's a pretty poor ball out actually to Oliver Norman. Not quite to the offside flag, actually went up against him anyway. And well, just as we were saying, Park Avenue was starting to play a bit in this second half after a slow start. They now find themselves 2-1 behind in what can be described as a little bit of not a freak goal necessarily, but one that really had no right to go in.
Well, the second half hadn't really got going for either side, really. I think both teams were still just sort of getting the feeling back into the legs after half time, and Miles Labastide loses the ball just in the middle of the park, and he just picks up a little knock with it. I think he's all right, but just definitely picked up a little bit of something in that challenge. But yeah, neither team had particularly started off too well in this second half. As ball goes forward, and it will be Greenway who looks to try and dink it back into the area, but it will be Caldwell that clears it. But yeah, I don't think either team were particularly doing anything special outside of the break, and Labastide just stretching off in front of us here,
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. Labastide, and there's on the ball now is the number 14 substitute Corey Roper, and they ball in behind there to Greenway. I thought Greenway might have a shot really, but in the end he opted to cross one into the area, but no one was there for Tadcaster, so I was quite surprised that's what he went to do. Ball forward now, and it was in towards Jordan Hines, but he wasn't quite there, and a little bit flat on his feet, and Danny King came out to claim the ball, and Park Avenue got to fight back in the game now. 2-1 down after being 1-0 up after 7 minutes. A goal well taken from Labastide, and he's still limping at the moment. Orty has it now. He's had the ball taken off him by a fellow Park Avenue player. Looks for the run of Preston, who does control right in front of the home dugout. He's definitely having a shirt pulled there, Preston, but he does retrieve, keep the ball for his team anyway. And the number 7 now has the ball, Kersey, and he goes back to Hawksworth, and then goes back to his goalkeeper, Danny King, who can play one forward. It's a good kick from King as well, but no one really there, and it lands straight at the feet of the Tadcaster defence, and that was easily taken down by Dan McDade, who the captain can just pretty much pass the ball around the back. And well, I've got to say the performance of Fatlam Ibrahimi has certainly been one we've both appreciated this evening, and his ability to control the game with some of the passes he's been playing has been exceptional.
Yeah, when they're on the ball, especially with the defence on the ball, Tadcaster Ibrahimi just drops in between the two centre-halves and allows them an extra option just to pick up the ball from there. And he sort of almost plays as like a quarterback there, with everybody ahead of him on the field, picking out his pass, picking his options now as Park Avenue look to drive forward. And the referee's blown the whistle for a free kick. He will brandish the yellow card out to, I believe it was Charlie Owen, substitute in the first half, but sort of almost stopped a counter-attack opportunity for Park Avenue then.
Preston
not
was
happy.
Looking up when he got the ball. He's about to play it in behind, the whistle blew, and you saw Preston's frustration immediately. There is going to be a change at Park Avenue, and it is going to be the end of the day for Miles Labastide, who is going to come off, and coming on in his place is going to be Yanni Baz, who is going to be the man to come on for the hosts. So the end of the game for Miles Labastide, a goal in the first half for him. So overall, a showing he would appreciate, of course, getting a goal. And obviously he has been on the cusp of the first team a lot of the season. And the ball's going to be played forward from the free kick. Not a bad one. It's going to be headed away. And Tadcaster can clear it. and Park Avenue have it now. Ball's played forward. It's going to be taken down. This could be a chance for the shoot, maybe. Goes out to the right side. First touch of the game here for Baz, and he plays it in. It's a disappointing ball, though. It's going to be cleared away. Hines can get there ahead of his man, and in the end, he can't quite keep it alive. Hines, he got there ahead of Hawksworth, but just couldn't quite. And there's going to be a substitution coming here for Tadcaster as well. It is going to be coming off his Hines, and it's going to be Joe Crosby, the man to come on. There might be another. Is there another change as well, maybe, coming as well? No, it is going to be the number 9, Joe Crosby, coming onto the field. And in fact, no, there is another sub coming on. It's Tawid Ahmed also coming onto the field. Hour played, and well, both teams ringing in the change at this point. What we expected. I think that's every player on, barring Sam Kitchen now for Tadcaster Albion. So they've used most of their bench already. And the throw in is going to go back for Park Avenue. It's back with Danny King in goal. And he plays it out of the area. Again, the substitutes coming on. Confirmation, Joe Crosby and Tawi Ahmed coming on for Tadcaster Albion. Ball played up in the air. It's going to be hooked with him, heads it away. No, let's call him behind here. This could be a chance straight away, actually, for Tawi Ahmed. He still has it on that right foot. No, he doesn't. It's a good piece of defensive work in the end. I thought it was going to be an immediate impact for the substitution. They've given it straight away, though, Park Avenue. A long way out now is Ibrahimi, who goes to play one through. Good attempt of the ball. Hawksworth is there to block. The attack's still not over yet, though, as the ball's worked out to... Oh, is that a foul, maybe? No, it's not. It was Owen who had the ball. And eventually the ball's played forward by Park Avenue. And fresh legs coming on for Tadcaster Albion as well now. Probably not quite going to help the case of Park Avenue, but I do think it's only a matter of time before we see some changes from the hosts as well.
Yeah, obviously we saw Miles leave the field, the goal scorer this evening for Park Avenue just a few moments ago, and yeah, just got to see that little bit of change. Don't want to change too much from Park Avenue. Just want to be, really direct, get that ball forward, get that ball into the area. But Tadcaster come forward once more now.
They do. This could be an opportunity.
Norman.
The shot wouldn't quite get away with Norman. He gets another bite of the cherry though. Will he eventually stand one up? He's still got the ball at his feet. He goes back, and this could be an opportunity for Ahmed. He plays one in, and it's going to be easily caught by Danny King, though. The cross was way too close to him. I think Oliver Norman, that were disappointed he didn't get a shot away a bit earlier. He had the ball at his feet for quite a while. Norman just couldn't really find space to get the shot away. And in the end, it comes to nothing. But Tadcaster, it's got to be said, are firmly in control. It's a lovely turn by Ibrahimi in the middle of the park. Oozing class in the middle of the park there. Ball through here. And this could be another opportunity. But the flag comes to the rescue of Park Avenue. But I'm not sure that finish was because the whistle had blown. But it wasn't the best finish either way. But Tadcaster nearly getting in behind again. And here comes a change in Park Avenue this time. It's going to be Harry Varley to come onto the field. And coming off is going to be Jordan Preston, the only senior player, only survivor from the weekend game in the FA Trophy game against Nantwich Town, is going to come off Jordan Preston. His race is run. And here comes Harry Varley. So another change to Park Avenue. Changes coming for both teams now.
Yeah, let's see what you can do then. Mr. Varley up front there, leading the line for Park Avenue. Obviously, just got to create a few more chances and going forward, but obviously, just to confirm those Tadcaster changes from a couple of minutes ago, it was Slater and Hines who left the field for the oncoming Crosby and Ahmed in the Tadcaster lineup. And let's just see what Park Avenue can do now as they drive down this left wing, looking for Luke Jeffries, see if he can create anything special. He goes for an effort from distance, and it hits the bar from about 35 yards with a dipping effort.
My word, what a strike that was. How unlucky. It remains 2-1, but what an effort that was. And out of nowhere, it nearly went 2-2. The effort just seemed to hang in the air for an age, didn't it? And by the time it came down, it struck the crossbar. What a goal that would have been. Well,
I mentioned, could he do something as he drove in from the left-hand side, and by gosh, did he. He sort of hit the ball, and at first it sort of looked like that was never really going to trouble the goalkeeper, but real dip on that effort, and it almost beat the goalkeeper in the end, almost went in off the underside of the bar, but unfortunately not. But now the ball's given away at the back by Park Avenue, and Tadcaster have options going forward. Is the substitute Corey Roper, who chooses to go back to captain Dan McDade.
Yeah, that was an opportunity Park Avenue haven't really had many of in the second half. Say an opportunity. It was a shot that came out of absolute nowhere. It wasn't even an opportunity, really. It was just a strike from distance. And sometimes when you hit them, and like they say, if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle as the ball goes in and it's going to be cleared away. And eventually Park Avenue can get it clear, and that's going to be played up towards Harry Varley, who's not quite able to get there. But Well, it's got to be said. I mean, obviously it is 2-1 at the moment to Tadcaster Albion, but Park Avenue, there's still 25 minutes of the game to go. They've still got a chance of getting back into this game. There's been a whole host of changes for both teams, especially Tadcaster in recent times. So you imagine new players out on the field might play a bit of an impact. It usually does.
Yeah, just got to stick with it, stick driving at that defence. We noticed in the first half that, Tadcaster wanted to play the ball around the back, through the defence, through the goalkeeper. Now as Varley had a chance to go forward. And is he brought down there?
Well, no penalties given. I mean, he did get him behind momentarily. I don't think there was probably enough in it for a penalty from where we were sitting, but either way, the referee didn't seem interested from the start, and Tadcaster just won themselves the throw in. But that was promising, though. Varley running in behind there, promising play, but in the end, it just wasn't quite able to get on the end of it. But obviously, never gave that up, to be fair to him, and that's exactly what you want to see from a young man.
Yeah, they've got to put pressure on that back line. They were a little bit sloppy in possession around defence. I thought Tadcaster in the first half, obviously, that's where Miles Labastide's goal came from in the 7th minute of the first half. But really just got to keep that pressure on, keep going at Tadcaster as they do once more now with Jeffries looking to get down that left wing.
Yeah, Jeffries in the end couldn't quite keep hold of the ball, though he originally got it past his man, but then he was stopped in his tracks immediately. And here come Tadcaster now in possession, and it's a bit of a check back, and the ball will go to Dan McDade, the skipper. A very important second half block, off Preston's effort with his face. I'm not sure it was the best place to hit him, but either way, he blocked nonetheless. As McDade goes to the left, and here is Morby, scorer of the second goal for Tadcaster, as Morby then goes back to McDade, who can play it back to his own goalkeeper, can he? Will. It's a bit of a legs on that back pass, but Romero always getting there. I thought for a moment that was a bit of a risk taken from the skipper, but either way, and the ball is going to go back to the goalkeeper, Romero. It's got to be said, since the goal of Park Avenue has been largely untroubled in the game, which will be a bit disappointing for the hosts.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd say that he's probably been quite untroubled throughout the game, including the first half, other than that first bit of sustained pressure in the early stages of the game for Park Avenue. You feel like they probably haven't done that much going forward.
Yes, the ball is played forward towards Crosby, but it's going to go out for a throw, and he wasn't quite able to reach it. Crosby, and it's thrown back to Danny King, who has had quite a few saves to make this evening, in truth. And he goes to the number 8, which is Pament. And he then plays in the ball, going to be back with Danny King. Both teams really opting to play out from the back, and that's the way both teams seem to want to play in the game as the ball's played forward. And it's going to be with the left-back Caldwell, who can bring it forward. And it goes out to the left-hand side. Is that a handball? The referee doesn't seem to give an advantage, so the ball is now on the left-hand side. It's a chance to maybe cross one in. It's not a bad delivery, and it comes to the back post. This could be a chance. A foul is given. It was Jordan Tiffany who was adjudged to have fouled this man, Jody Tiffany, and I'm not sure about that. That was very unfortunate because it did fall to Abbas at the back post, and in the end the whistle had blown.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure there was enough there to warrant a foul. Obviously, the ref sees it otherwise. But yeah, the ball dropped out onto this right side for Abbas to take and almost get an effort on goal if the ref didn't blow his whistle. Some good play down the left with Jeffries linking up with left back Brady Caldwell. He was the one that put the ball over the box. And I talk about it again here, Park Avenue putting the back line of Tadcaster under pressure. And I think the more and more you do that, you will force an error out of them eventually and produce a chance that, might be a little too good to not put in the back of the net.
Yeah, Zach Kersey, it was closing down the goalkeeper there. A pass out from the goalkeeper actually hit Kersey briefly, but not enough for him to take the ball in his stride. And Tadcaster at the other end go forward. Good piece of defending, though, there by Caldwell. It will be a throw-in to Tadcaster on the far right-hand side. Park Avenue kicking towards the Park Road end in this second half. And so far, haven't quite been able to find a goal. Obviously, Tadcaster taking the lead 10 minutes into the second period. And we are around about 20 minutes to go in the game. So still plenty of time for a bit more drama in the West Riding County Cup first round. It's a nice turn, and this could be an opportunity. The ball's played in. The ball did go out of play. King did eventually save it, but it kind of came off him, didn't it, in the end? And not sure there was a touch before that, but King just about getting down to make the save either way. And now the ball is going to be played back to Park Avenue, and there's a bit of difficulties in defence, but they do play it out well. The ball's worked out to Caldwell, the left back. Park Avenue starts to mount some sustainable pressure in the game. It's a nice flick on. This could be an opportunity on the left-hand side. Oh, and in the end, it's completely lost his footing. believe that was Luke Jeffries, did the classic go to play with your left foot, kick it with your right by accident, and then he falls to the floor with a bit of embarrassment. This could be a chance now for Tadcaster as well. They're in behind here, no flag. This is an opportunity for 3, and it's a good save by King in the end. He stands up strong. It was a real good chance for Joe Crosby. We haven't said much of Joe Crosby since he's come onto the field. He gets in behind, beats the offside trap, and in the end, he's 1-on-1. It's a good save by King, but I think that's a pretty poor finish from Crosby. He hits it straight out the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, if Danny King doesn't save that, sort of to some sort of questions asked, but did really well. Sort of held his position, came out, closed the angle, made himself as big as possible, and Crosby sort of drilled the ball straight at him. But sort of end-to-end stuff there, you know. Crosby was allowed to sort of exploit that space that Brady Colwood left open on that left side. Him and Jeffries linking up quite a lot in the second half, going down there. Obviously, Jeffries lost the ball, and Tadcaster resulting in a corner from it. The ball comes across and headed by Tadcaster. It's gone in, off the post.
It's 3-1. It's a great header, it's got to be said. It goes in off the post, and 70 minutes played. Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 3. It's got to be said. The visitors have came, and they came from behind, and you've got to say it's an impressive, really. It's not a bad delivery, blighted in. The Tadcaster Albion player wins. I'm not quite sure who it was in a crowded penalty area who won the header, but either way, it's 3-1 to Tadcaster. It's a well-worked. We saw a similar goal, didn't we, Arthur, when they played Workington at home recently. That was an in-swinging delivery, headed in at the near post. That one was an out-swinging delivery, flighted in. It's a good header. It's in off the post, and to be fair, there was 2 or 3 Tadcaster players queuing up to tap the ball in anyway. It's 3-1 to Tadcaster Albion in the West Riding County Cup first round, and, well, Park Avenue now have a mountain to climb. Yeah,
plenty of work to do now, Sam. You know, got to sort of see a bit more brilliance. There's another pull on the shirt, and After's left in on Zach Kersey there. I think he's had a really good day, but not a very nice play there from Tadcaster as they lead 3-1. Just got to be a little bit more physical going forward, and that's good there from Jodie Tiffany, who's driving now down the right-hand side. It goes.
Tiffany plays it out to the right, and this could be an opportunity for Abbas. He's in a good position, and he's going to try and get the shot or crosser in. He's still got it. We will give you a confirmation of the Tadcaster goal scorer in a moment, just to let you know. We couldn't quite see who it was in a very crowded penalty area. Eventually, a shot comes in here. It's deflected, and Romero slightly scrambling, but it's an easy enough save.
Yeah, just confirmation. It was captain Dan McDade finding the net for Tadcaster Albion's 3rd goal. You know, from the corner, just a great header. Actually, I think we both agreed, Sam, that he sort of just nodded it over towards that back post, in off the post, really tight angle, and beat Danny King to make it 3, and it's a long way back now for Park Avenue. Can they do it? Let's hope so. But the ball's given away actually by Tadcaster at the back, and he'll play the ball out to Abbas, and he'll...
Oh, well, that would have been some strike actually there. It was by Yanni. It was actually by Yanni Abbas in the end. The ball came to outside of the boot, his effort, wasn't it? And it might have been dropping into that far corner. It would have been some strike, but that was good from Park Avenue. The young players linking up the substitutes. The eventual shot comes in. It's just over. That's not a bad effort, though, from Yanni Abbas. I think the way he strikes the ball in particular would have been some goal, but in the end, it goes over.
Yeah, shades of Roberto Carlos on that. The way he hit that ball there with his laces, sort of. But some people call it swaz, I believe, Sam. I think the kids call it. As the ball goes forward now, and Crosby's in behind.
Yeah, Crosby takes the ball wide, goes to play one in, it deflects, and eventually they have cleared it, Park Avenue, but the ball's going to come straight back at them. The danger's not over. And it's thinking, oh no, it's another one.
Great goal.
It's 4-1 to Tadcaster Albion. It's got to be said, that is some finish from Tawhid Ahmed, and wow, I mean, he takes it in, and Danny King has absolutely no chance. And we are at the point now where we are around about 73 minutes in. It's a 2nd goal in 4 minutes for Tadcaster Albion, and they've made it 4-1 on the evening. And well, after Miles Laverty put Avenue ahead after 7 minutes, I don't think many people saw this coming, and it's turning into a night to forget for a youthful Park Avenue side. And to be fair to Tadcaster, they're more than taking advantage, and that is an excellent finish from Tawhid Ahmed substitute.
Yeah, definitely, Sam. Really good finish over to the left corner. I think that one came off the post as well, but sorry, great strike from Tawhid Ahmed, and if that 3rd goal didn't sort of seal the result of this fixture, I think that 4th goal almost puts this one to bed. Obviously, we've still time left on the clock. Still want to see some positives from this Park Avenue side, see if they can get the ball into the net and see if the fixture can come alive again, but Tadcaster Albion sort of owning this second half, you'd say.
Well, they've absolutely taken the second half by the scruff of the neck, it's got to be said. And it was 1-1 going into the interval, and it could get even worse because Tawhid Ahmed's in again. He takes the ball in. He's going to cross one in instead, probably the wrong option. He might have shot there, Ahmed. You think when the goal he scored a moment ago, his confidence might have been up enough to shoot, but in the end, he crosses it and it goes over everyone. But they're still keeping the ball, and every time they come forward at the moment, Tadcaster, they could score, as the ball's going to be on the right-hand side. Now it goes for free kick, given in their favour. And, well, I think Park Avenue have got to make sure this doesn't become very ugly, because right now, whenever they go forward, Tadcaster have still got 15 minutes to go. They could score at the moment.
Yeah, no more goals conceded, please, from a Park Avenue perspective. On the night, I'm not sure we've defended too poorly, Sam. I think, chances have been made from nothing, really, from Tadcaster. A couple of goals that you feel like perhaps could have been dealt with better, but on the whole, they've just, converted when they've been there in front of goal, and free kick to put in from a dangerous area for Tadcaster. A little bit lucky for fifth and looking for more and more goals before they go into the next round of the cup, you'd think.
Yeah, absolutely. As the ball's going to be played into the back post, it's going to be cleared away on that occasion, and it's Ahmed who gets there again, though, on the left. He's got the ball just outside the penalty area, and eventually the cross does come in. It's a wild one, though. It's out for a goal kick, and, the result doesn't seem to be in any doubt with 15 minutes to go. But the last thing Park Avenue want to do is to keep conceding. So Park Avenue, a youthful team out there, as it has been from the beginning, but even more youthful than when we started, especially with Jordan Preston going off. So they've really got to make sure now, Park Avenue, haven't they? This doesn't get any worse. As the ball's played back, it's going to be cleared forward as well by Taylor. But this is, again, Park Avenue at this point of the game just can't seem to get the ball at the moment. It's all Tadcaster Albion who, when they have possession, and they just can't really seem to get the ball. In general, Romero has it now, and he goes out to McDade, who scored the third goal. We can confirm. We couldn't tell that at first, not because there were so many players in the box, but it was a good finish from McDade, wasn't it? Good header into the far corner. And the fourth goal, which was obviously scored by Ahmed, was quite similar in the case of where it landed in the net as well.
Yeah, definitely two goals that have really turned the tide of this game. I think Park Avenue probably look to regret, their spells where they were on top those first 15 minutes. In the first half, perhaps could they have done more? Obviously, Miles scored early on in the 7th minute, and that first 5 minutes of the second half before the second goal went in for Tadcaster, I thought Jordan Preston started off the second half really, really well. Had that effort blocked by McDade, and surely that's offside because they've set a screen there, but the ball is played into the box now.
Well, the referee played an advantage. The referee said it wasn't offside because he wasn't going for the ball. It was, believe it might have been Greenway who let the ball go. Let the ball go through. But either way, they've still got the ball, Tadcaster, at the moment. Every time they come forward again, they are looking very, very threatening right now. As McDade has the ball and plays it forward. It's well flicked round the corner from Ahmed. And it's good defending in the end, though. Put out a play by Orti. And, we are now around about 78 minutes into the game. And, again, Park Avenue will be hoping for that full-time whistle sooner rather than later, I imagine.
Yeah, potentially, Sam. There's a few lads on this pitch that hopefully still can do something in the final stages. But we're struggling to get some time on the ball, really, from Park Avenue perspective. Really struggling to get the ball down on the floor, play it out wide, play it in between our midfielders, and get that front line involved there. Good challenge there from Harry Varley, though, to win the ball back. The striker, and Abbas will run down this right-hand side now. Perhaps can he get a ball into the box? No, he cuts back, plays it to Zach Kersey with a sort of needless little turn, but he gets taken down quite strongly. It was a fair challenge, but Zach's still down, and the ball comes now into the area where Varley takes a first touch, takes it away from the keeper, tries to beat the goalkeeper, and finds the side netting, but did really well there, did the young man, on that effort, and that could have actually drawn Park Avenue back into the game going into the late stage. Anything can happen in the cup, Sam.
Absolutely can. You're right. That was a brilliant bit of play, actually, wasn't it, from Volley? The way he took the ball in, he got it on his chest. He beat the goalkeeper to it when he had no right to. The keeper, Romero, was in pole position to get the ball. He sneaks in behind, though, takes it down, gets the volley away, and in the end it goes out. We are going to see our final change. Sam Kitchen, the final outfield player for Tadcaster Albion, who is going to come on, and he's going to replace Oliver Norman, whose evening is over. But I've got to be said, though, Park Avenue, that had gone in, could have set us up for a bit of a grandstand finish, maybe, only 2 goals away, if that goes in. It was a really good effort, though, got to be said, from Varley. The way he took the ball down, got the shot away, and just slightly more, and it would have gone in. It was just the wrong side of the net.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the first bit of positive football that we've seen in probably about 25 minutes from Park Avenue that I mentioned. As Varley re-won the ball in the middle, that we haven't seen too much in terms of Park Avenue on the ball, especially the front line, as Romero, the goalkeeper of Tadcaster, plays a loose one out wide. But it was Varley, actually, that won the ball in the middle of the park, created the chance for himself, essentially. Good play down this right-hand side with Abbas and Kersey. And I thought Varley really did well there. Made a chance from nothing, and that's what we spoke about. That's the difference, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this could be an opportunity again. The ball's played over top. Ahmed's in behind. He's on side. Ahmed waiting with an opportunity on the left. Ahmed goes inside a good back heel as well. This could be a chance for 5. It's stood up. It's headed away though, and Park Avenue survive on that occasion. Ahmed's been a real threat whenever he's had the ball. That's very well won though there as well from Thurkel, who just got in front of his man. And this is Park Avenue. Every time they come forward, Tadcaster, I keep mentioning they look threatening, but the flag goes up on that occasion. Yeah, Romero's kick a moment ago was close to Callum Cullen, actually. Maybe Callum Cullen could have got a touch.
Yeah, on your head, Carl. Get Carl on up front in a minute.
Absolutely. But either way, it's Park Avenue on the ball at the moment, and it's Danny King who plays it out to his centre. About 10 minutes roughly to go at the Horsefall Stadium. Bradford Park Avenue 1, Tadcaster Albion 4. 3 goals scored in the second half. The Tadcaster has created clear daylight between the two teams, and the ball's played out now to the left-hand side to Caldwell, who can try and bring the ball forward. They are still giving it a go, Park Avenue. They've got some young players on the pitch who'll be eager to make an impression. Yeah. And the ball's played in field as well to Varley. And Varley goes out to the right-hand side to Abbas. Abbas on the right foot, gets across in, it's blocked, and he'll get a second bite of the cherry, will he? No, he won't. It's good defending, and in the end, it's cleared off his man by James Morby. Good defending from Morby, and we could hear screams of stop the cross from the Tadcaster bench. That's exactly what he did, and he wins his side of throw-in as well. It might be giving us a goal kick, maybe, in the end. It might be giving us a goal kick, and changes coming for Park Avenue as well. James Townsend is going to come on the field, as too is Jay Aziz. So another run-out for a couple of Park Avenue players.
Yeah, see what they can do, obviously, in the closing stages of this game. Now 3 goals down. Can you be the hero, lads? Can you sort of pull us back into contention of this game? A lot of work to do, but let's see what they've got. It's definitely an opportunity for the young lads to get some minutes in the legs. Obviously, Mark Bauer and Danny Bosch down there, Danny Boschel down there, and just see what you can do now. Coming off the pitch, Seth Pammon and Oliver Taylor. I thought Seth Pammon had a good day in the middle of the park, particularly in that first half. Did the young lad?
He absolutely did. He was trying his best, wasn't he? And he was, trying to get on the ball all the time, never shy to receive the ball and play it out. That's good centre forwards play there as well by Joe Crosby. Well, this ball's won back from Park Avenue. Good ball through. This could be an opportunity. Good defending though. But this could be another chance on the volley. Not a bad effort. It's straight at the goalkeeper. And once again, it was for Harry Varley. He's certainly not shot shy, is he?
He's got
Harry Varley. And he flicked the ball up in the air, went for the volley. It would have been taking something special to beat Romero, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. But it's something from Varley, created something for himself, and you've got to respect that from the young man.
Yeah, he's got a bit of something, doesn't he, Sam? That's for sure. Just trying to create some chances for himself as the offside flag goes up against Ahmed, who took one of the most incredible first touches I've ever seen there. That was fantastic.
It's a fortune, and that first touch, to be honest, I've given Ahmed a lot of praise, but I don't think that one's quite intentional. But if he took that ball through and he was onside, then it might have been quite special either way. But Ahmed goes to win the ball back again. And that's going to be cleared away. And Park Avenue, starting to come forward a bit more in the game now. It's good play as well. And Park Avenue into the area. Will it be a shot or a cross? Ball goes in. Chance to shoot. It's an effort. It's a save by the goalkeeper. Once again, it's Harry Varley. The ball was very well won by Jody Tiffany. He cut it back to Varley. Took a touch. Goes to get the shot away. Credit to Romero for catching the ball. I mean, it was quite high, quite a shot, which was quite high. Either way, though, if we've been a bit critical, maybe Varley should be scoring there.
Yeah, I think perhaps took a little bit too much time there. Allowed the goalkeeper to get set and make the save. Good save nonetheless from Romero. Can't take it away from him. Kept hold of the ball really well from a short-range effort. But Varley once more getting into the right areas, getting a few efforts on goal now. And he's been quite promising, I think, since coming on in the 63rd minute.
Absolutely could have a hat-trick, Varley, of course, in this game.
That would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a few efforts on goal, that's for sure. And fair play to him. He's a lively figure up there. And he's certainly not shy of having a go at goal, which is what you need, of course. And never stops running either by the looks of it. We are around about 6 minutes away now. And you do imagine it would be one of the biggest comebacks in history if Park Avenue could turn it round from here. But one goal could change something as the ball's played out. Poor one from the goalkeeper. It's one back. Cross goes in. This could be a chance on the volley.
Come on.
And it's a goal.
Come on.
And it's 4-2. And Park Avenue are back in the game. And
Jeffries.
it is Jeffries with the goal.
Was it Jeffries or was it?
It might have been Barley.
It was Harry Varley. You're
Harry
right.
Varley.
Well, he deserved it, didn't he?
It was won back by Yanni Abbas, and he plays it in. And Varley with the goal. It's a very good one as well.
Could there be some magic? Just over 5 minutes to go here in the West Riding County Cup.
If anyone on the pitch deserved that, it is Harry Varley. That wasn't his cleanest strike, but the fact it wasn't so clean probably allowed the ball to go into the net because it kind of trickles off his foot and then on the volley and goes in, and the goalkeeper Romero could scramble across. It is 4-2, and well, another goal. We've got 5 minutes to go, so another goal soon could create a little bit of late drama.
Yeah, he didn't quite catch that effort clean, but I think you're right that the fact that he didn't catch that shot clean, great play there from Abbas into Varley now, going forward. Can he get there? No, but it'll come to Zach Kirsty. That's a weak one, referee.
I mean, you've got to respect Varley going for it with his foot, but I mean, come on, referee, you can't that's a bit unfair in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's gone to win the ball, and I think, you know, the height advantage has kind of came into play maybe there for the defender of Tadcaster Albion, but either way, Park Avenue might slightly have the bit between their teeth because they get another one. It very much is a game on.
And yeah, good pressure, but yeah, I mentioned that effort from Varley, sort of slightly scuffed effort, sort of wrong-footed the goalkeeper and allowed the ball to go into that bottom right-hand corner. Good play from Abbas as well since he's come on. He's been full of energy, getting up and down this right wing, creating chances. That's fantastic from Abbas there, playing it into the middle to substitute Ajay Aziz.
And this could be a chance now for Park Avenue, actually. On the left-hand side, oh no, they've given it away, actually. Just thought it might be an opportunity to come forward. Aziz then brings down his man. That's going to be a foul. A little bit too eager to win the ball back. And it's a free kick, and the clock is ticking away from Park Avenue. I mean, we were probably asking a lot for them to come back into this game either way. However, they're giving it a go. They're not giving up, are they? And that's exactly what you want to see. They may have been 4-1 down. They just kept coming back. And in the last 10 minutes alone, I think it's fair to say Varley could have had a hat-trick.
Well, that's the thing. We've seen Varley come close 4 times, I think it is now, in the past 10 minutes. So it's definitely not done yet. If you can get the ball to his feet in that box, you feel like there's a chance. There is a chance that he could find the net and put the Tadcaster defence under even more pressure. Obviously, they lead by 2 at the moment, but we've seen them in the recent moments actually lose the ball a couple of times, and Abbas with good pressure. But they go forward now, looking for Ahmed down this left-hand side, and he looks to hold the ball up from Joel Orty, obviously on a yellow card. Has to be careful at this stage of the game, but Park Avenue come away with the ball with Zach Kirsty with his feet.
Yeah, and it's going to be now with Ajay Aziz, who plays it out to the left, and Park Avenue, you've got a little bit of time, maybe. That's a nice bit of control. Maybe not intentional from Varley, but a good bit of control either way as they play it forward. It's a nice touch. It's good football from Park Avenue, and it's really good. Well worked out to the right-hand side as well to Orty. And now the ball's played forward again. Nice, neat football. It's a really good play as well from the number 7, Kersey. And again, Park Avenue in possession. Can they maybe create something from this spell of possession they've got? There's a lot of players back for Tadcaster. It's a really nice turn, actually. This is good play. The ball's worked out to the right, and this could be an opportunity for Abbas. He plays one in with his left foot, and in the end, it's left as well by the number 12, who surely will shield the ball out of play. He does. It was actually Charlie Owen who just kind of, I think, was going to head it originally, watched it go over his head. It goes out for a goal kick. Well, the 90 minutes, 88 and a half minutes have been played in the game roughly, and got to be said at this stage of the game, it's looking like a big ask now, as if it wasn't already for Park Avenue.
Yeah, I mean, in the past 10 minutes, they've definitely been the better side, haven't they, Park Avenue? Really got forward, created a few chances, and, you know, you feel like on another day, a couple more could have gone in, but it's just a little bit frustrating that it took them until this last period of the second half to really get going. It really allowed Tadcaster to sort of run away with it, you'd say. Absolutely.
As the ball's forward now, it's going to be headed away, and then Tadcaster can win it back in the middle of the park, and the ball's played forward. The Greenway flag goes up against him, though. The number 10, Kieran Greenway, has stayed on the field for the duration. Rather, quite surprisingly, of course. He's had a good game, Greenway, but strikes me as maybe more of a senior player they might want to rest, maybe, but not been the case this evening, as Ajay Aziz has the ball now, and does well in the middle of the park. Really good feet as well. Nice touch in the middle as well, and this could be a chance to set a man away. Oh, and the ball wasn't quite there. In truth, it's well defended actually by Morby, who read the pass straight away and did well. And then Romero plays it out to McDade and obviously Morby on the score sheet in the game for Tadcaster. 2 of the 4 goal scorers. And now they're still trying to come forward. Tadcaster's not said that for a little
Get
while.
up.
Oh,
No
I
way,
think that's
referee.
a really soft free kick given, actually. And, well, I feel like a Jay Aziz can be a little bit disappointed there. I'm not sure a man of Aziz's size can really knock a Tadcaster player over there.
Well, I think the referee's made some peculiar decisions. Actually, some really, really soft fouls going both sides for both sides really in this game. You know, he's done all right to keep control of it, but some funny decisions as 90 minutes are up and there'll be 5 minutes of injury time to play. Could it be, Sam? Could we just get a little bit of magic?
Well, I mean, that would be amazing at this point as King comes out and clears it
ball.
away. It's actually turned into a good pass from him as well. And there's a ball over the top, and it's not a bad one. Will it quite be reached? No, it won't. And got to be said, I've been quite impressed with James Morby's defensive work at times this evening, and again, using his body to get in the way and shield the ball out. However, Yanni Abbas and Harry Volley have been very lively since coming on the Park Avenue. For me, very bright spots in the game.
Yeah, definitely some positives to take from the front line substitutions that have been made for Park Avenue. Just a shame that they couldn't just quite take those couple more chances in front of goal and make it level, because that would have been fantastic going into the closing stages. Still, they battled well, and it's one back forward. That'll be a foul. And should that be a yellow? Yes.
A yellow card, absolutely a yellow card. No doubt about that. It's Ibrahimi with the booking. He's had a fantastic game, Ibrahimi, but on that occasion, losing the ball to the substitute Ajay Aziz. He was then brought down. Well, not brought down, he was tucked back, and that will be a free kick. And we've got, maybe if this goes in here, then a little bit of magic at the end, Arthur. A little bit of magic.
Oh, God, it'd be great when it's Sam. It would be great. Can the ball be put in the area? It looks like Varley will come out of the area to take it himself, the substitute striker and, of course, goal scorer for Park Avenue tonight.
Long way out. It looks like he might be having a go, to be honest. It's a long way out. He is going to have a go. It's not a bad effort.
Oh!
My word, what a strike that was from Varley.
I think it was saved. I think it was a great hand from Romero, but Varley with that really good right-footed dipping effort, looking for that top left-hand corner and forced goalkeeper Hikami Romero into a save onto his own crossbar, and that was close, wasn't it, Sam?
Well, I mean, if that had gone into the back of the net, that would have been some strike. I mean, it was some strike anyway. From the distance he was out to get the dip on it from there, and the way he struck it, he had no hesitation. As soon as the referee blew that whistle, he ran onto it, hit it, and I thought it might be going in. And I should say, in the end, I think Romero was scrambling a little bit. He was kind of nervous the lower it got. And in the end, a good hand from the goalkeeper, which turned it on to the crossbar. But I've got to be saying, he could have had 4 or 5 goals, Varley, in this half in the last 15 minutes alone. A real lively figure, but in the end, it wasn't quite to be. But what an effort that was from the distance he was out. And now Park Avenue have it. It's a good ball to the right-hand side, and this could be another opportunity. But no, coming across is Morby using all of his experience and does well. But to nudge his man off the ball, and the number 3 comes forward. And then it's very well controlled as well.
Oh, well played.
Back, and this is good play, Ahmed. This could be a really good goal. Going in, Crosby on the left flank, stays down. Ball goes in, good piece of defending, goes out for a corner. First we've seen a Tadcaster coming forward for a while, but it was a really good move.
Yeah, really good play. You mentioned earlier, Sam, Morby's had a really good game off the ball and on the ball. Been really solid defensively, kept the best of Jeffries, especially in that first half, because Jeffries really looked quite promising in that first half, but good work from the number 3 of Tadcaster Albion, and going forward, just there, on the goal scorer sheet today as well is James Morby. But really good work, partnering up with substitute Ahmed as Tadcaster will put the ball into the box from this corner.
Yeah, they will. It's going to be an in-swinging corner. Maybe one to deal with at the last for Park Avenue. It's headed goalwards as well, and it's going to be. Is it going to go in? It is. It's going to be given the goal. Believe the goal, Matt. Yeah, the goal is given. It's 5-2 to Tadcaster Albion, and I'm not quite sure who actually got the final touch on that. There's a few players. It was headed goalwards. Everyone seemed to stop momentarily, which kind of threw everyone off. But the goal's been given. It is 5-2. There was 2 or 3 players who got a touch on that after the original header. I'm not sure who the goal's given to. It doesn't matter. The result wasn't in doubt before. It certainly is now. 5-2 to Tadcaster Albion.
Yeah, just bounced around from that corner. And the corner was actually quite a deep corner all the way over to the back stick, deeper than the back stick, almost out of the 6-yard area. It was headed well, I believe, back by McDade, across goal. And there was a header from, I think it was Ahmed at the back stick, did well to nod it on target. Good save from Danny King, I believe, but the ball just bouncing around in that 6-yard area resulted in it being tapped home by Tadcaster Albion. I believe it was Yes, it was Joe Crosby, number 9 substitute in this half, scored the 5th goal for Tadcaster Albion this evening. Scored 5-2 here at the Horsefall in the closing stages. Just a minute to play, perhaps less.
Yeah, I mean, you could hear a pin drop when that ball hit the net, though, couldn't you? I mean, it was almost like all the good work Park Avenue had done in the last 15 minutes or so. And if you can see, the goal like that was a bit of a blow. But King with a bit of a loose touch there. It turns it away, actually. It was Crosby closing him down, just well to clear it eventually. And, well, considering, obviously, King's picked the ball out of the net 5 times in the game, I do think he's had a pretty promising game overall. The second goal he'd have been a bit disappointed with. But I think overall, the full-time whistle has actually blown, so we'll put that one short. And, well, we now have no goals on Saturday off, but we had 7 in this game. So, unfortunately, only 2 of them have come from Bradford Park Avenue. 5 for Tadcaster Albion. Miles Labastide give Park Avenue the lead, which now feels like a long time ago, in the 7th minute of the game. An equaliser on 23 minutes from Slater. 10 minutes into the second half, a goal from James Morby made it 2-1 to Tadcaster, followed up by goals from McDade and Ahmed within 3 minutes of each other. Varley pulled a goal back. He was very impressive when he came on to make it 4-2 in the 80th minute. But right at the end of the game, substitute Joe Crosby, the number 9, made it 5-2. And well, we've seen plenty of goals this evening, but unfortunately, not enough of them goals have been for Park Avenue.
Yeah, I don't think you'd say it was a 5-2 game on the whole, Sam. I think Tadcaster's probably just put their chances away in the second half. We saw substitute Harry Varley obviously get his goal in the final proceedings. Obviously, Tadcaster got one back after that, but Harry Varley did really well, I thought, when he came on. Created quite a few chances out with Yanni Abbas on this right-hand side. And on another day, Harry Varley's coming away with the match ball. 3 goals, thank you very much. But, wasn't to be today, Sam, unfortunately. But some promising performances from Park Avenue. A lot to learn as well, definitely. The result, definitely not a positive tonight. 5 goals conceded. But I think, we'll go into the next game. These young lads, a bit more experience. We've seen a few of them that perhaps more to come from them this season. May see them play under Mark Bauer even more. But, 5-2. What do you think, Sam?
I think overall, it's one of them games where I think the second half kind of went a bit crazy at one point, and that allowed Tadcaster to pull away, really. The score was 2-1, but there was a mad 5-10 minutes where it was all Tadcaster. And to be fair to them, they scored 2 goals in that period, which completely put the game away from Park Avenue. But I do agree, was it a 5-2 game? Probably not on the balance of play. I think there was periods where both teams were on top. But in fairness, Tadcaster, they were clinical, and some of the finishes were fantastic. I think you look at the first goal, obviously, it came from a good play. Eventually, the ball came back in and Slater scored. The second goal was the most avoidable one for me. That's the one that Park Avenue will look at so disappointingly. It was almost like the ball was played through to him, to Morby, and he kind of went to cross it in. In the end, it turned into a shot and it beat King. I think that the near post covered, it kind of went underneath him in the end. It happens, obviously, it's not nothing to do with King, it just happens sometimes. The third goal was a well-worked corner. It's a good header from McDade, you never keeping that one out. The fourth goal was well, brilliant finish from Ahmed. And then Varley pulled one back, and Varley was the bright spot. He was fantastic when he came on. The free kick as well that he had from about 35 yards out, very close to going into the net. In the end, it was a good hand by the goalkeeper, Romero, to keep it out. And the 5th goal from Crosby, well, that was pretty much right at the end of the game. The result was never really in doubt at that point, but it kind of put the gloss on the scoreline for Tadcaster in the end. But plenty of goals, and unfortunately, as I said, not really enough in the end, was it, for Park Avenue?
No, interesting to see what the next starting 11 will be like going forward for Park Avenue. Obviously, a handful of first teamers for Park Avenue on display tonight. Preston, Miles Labastide and Zach Kersey mainly that have had notable minutes under Mark Bauer in the league. Just a bit uninspiring, wasn't it, in the end? Harry Varley did well, but plenty of people to come back into this side and make the difference going forward. But that's it for cup action, I think, this season, Sam. I think that's us done in all of them, unfortunately. And Park Avenue still searching for that win in all competitions, really, aren't they? 2nd of September, I think it was the last time that we saw a win away at Concert. So
run the stretch to 8 matches now, unfortunately, for Park Avenue, so they are still looking for that win. However, I do think against me a much different team against Hyde on Saturday. So do join us for the Hyde game on Saturday. And yes, obviously is the next game. But the West Browning County Cup competition is over for Park Avenue in the 23-24 season. Final score at the Horsefall Stadium: Bradford Park Avenue 2, Tadcaster Albion 5. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, Sam. Good night.